like that. Woo!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe all of our YouTube videos by hitting that like button, as well as go through our Cash App, $ BJ Matthews, PayPal at Broderick Masters as well. Right there on the top of the chat box, y'all can click that link if you guys choose to show your love to the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Definitely, support us, for all the content that we drop. Right? Let's get it popping. All right, so let's go ahead and look at some of these comments, man. For y'all coming in, man. Again, hit the like button. We got 13 people right now. Like my man Thomas Talented said, get them likes up. Steven Torres, get them likes up. All right, let's go through some more comments. Alan NG said, been unexcited since he got here. Adios. Raheem said, BJ, this is Cap. How can he be upset if his injury ended this season? He load management didn't help, and PG-13 getting hurt obviously didn't help. Nigga better be quiet and go crazy next season. Gotcha. He said Kawhi gonna ask for a trade. Well, let's go into all of this, man. Mrs. Tay, thank you for coming in. The moderator of our show, continuously look at what she's posted in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel and hit that like button as y'all come in here. Yes, Torstar, yes sir. Hit that like button. Salute BJ. All right. So appreciate y'all coming in, man. Got some more Clipper news for y'all. Yes, the season is pretty much over for the Clippers, but we still have, news to report when it comes to the Clippers. And I came across something where I felt it was need to, talk about. And yeah, the Clippers right now have a little bit of I won't even say a situation, but there was something reported about one of our players, the most important player, by a sports personality member, and y'all know him by the name of Mr. Skip Bayless. Now, I have become a person who has despised Skip Bayless, large part because of how he's been treating Russell Westbrook, how he's been going after Russell Westbrook. I've not really been a Skip Bayless fan as of late. I feel like a lot of his commentary and shots at Russell Westbrook is uncalled for. How he continuously just I would say just basically borderline harasses the man on television, where he has a platform when he can speak how he wants to speak, and it's coming in a way to embarrass Russell Westbrook. And I've been actually somebody that's been very it's despicable towards Skip Bayless of how he's been acting. Right. So Skip Bayless, has been, one of these color TV personality members over the last 30 years, I would say. He's been in the sports business for 50 years, around 50 years. He's just somebody that I say, like, he's been around for quite some time. He's one of the most well-known, most popular sports personality people on TV to this day. I'll say he's right there with Stephen A. Smith. He has his own show called Undisputed. Of course, we all know Undisputed. Him and Shannon Sharp, who speak every morning about sports in general. But then you got excuse me. He has his own show called the Skip Bayless Show. A lot of these different sports personalities have different shows, and they have their own show outside of outside of what they have on TV. A lot of these podcasts and things like that. Well, Skip Bayless has his own podcast called the Skip Bayless Show, and he dropped some bomb news about one of our specific players. And I just want to go through a little bit, and we're gonna go and attack this and kind of see what we can pull and analyze it. So let's go. Um, Skip Bayless was speaking on our star player Kawhi Leonard, and according to him, he feels like Kawhi Leonard. There may be some breaking. There might be a breaking story over this offseason coming for Kawhi Leonard based off the sources he has. He said, "I have a sneaky suspicion he just might." Skip Bayless thinks Kawhi Leonard will force his way off of the Los Angeles Clippers this offseason. We have seen Leonard pull a similar stunt before with the San Antonio Spurs, so there is at least a small chance he looks to leave LA this offseason. He says, now I'm told Kawhi might be ready to consider moving on to another organization. Next year, he's under contract to the Clippers at age 32 for $46 million. That's pretty great. The next year, though, at age 33, he will have a player option. So it's possible he will demand a trade ahead of next season or even of next season's trade deadline. Or might he wait until after next season where he could just flat out hit the open market. Once the organization has quote unquote done him wrong, he will not get over it. There is no forgive and forget in Kawhi Leonard. But now the Clippers fans might take to calling him under number 2 if he exits. If he exits the Clippers the way he left the San Antonio Spurs, I have a sneaky suspicion he just might. Bayless claimed on the Skip Bayless show. Okay. Y'all come in here, hit the like button. As y'all come in here, we got 29 people. Make sure y'all come and hit that like button. So Skip Bayless had that to say about Kawhi Leonard. Now, if you guys do not know, Skip Bayless, is a fan of the San Antonio Spurs, and that's how he actually really got to know Kawhi Leonard. The Spurs have not been very good since Kawhi Leonard left, and Skip Bayless still has a lot of animosity towards Kawhi Leonard based off of that. Now, he said he's gotten over it. He said he's forgiven, he's forgotten because of since he went to the Clippers over the Lakers to join LeBron, he has basically forgotten about all the he claims backstabbing he did to his team, Kawhi Leonard. So, but I still think that, he still holds it to him that he left the Spurs because the Spurs is definitely one of his favorite teams. And he feel like Kawhi's quit on his team, and he feel like he's going to do the same thing with the Clippers. Now, over the last couple of seasons, Skip Bayless has reported different stories about Kawhi Leonard, saying, for instance, when he tore his ACL, it was reporting that he had a knee sprain. Skip Bayless was one of the first few people to say that he had a torn ACL. No one was, reporting that. The first person to do that was Skip Bayless, because he said, based off of his sources, he has a torn ACL and he's out for the rest of playoffs. That's what Skip Bayless said in 2021. Just recently with his torn meniscus, he said that, he has a torn meniscus, he'll be out for the playoffs. With this injury, he spoke about how, he has sources knowing Kawhi has, those knees that are not very good. So he seems to have some relationship with people who know Kawhi Leonard, right? Which is amazing in itself because Kawhi doesn't really talk to people. He doesn't really have sources with people. I know Uncle Dennis is his actual uncle. You know what I'm saying? But I don't I don't ask him questions about, Kawhi's personal life because Kawhi, that's not how he rolls. You know what I'm saying? He keeps a lot of things private. But it's just amazing how Skip Bayless, he has all these different people he knows Kawhi. Right? Shout out to Mrs. Tay. She said, like, share, subscribe, support the host by Cash App, BJ Matthews, or Super Stickers. Like, again, hit that like button, hit the share, hit the subscribe. All right, hit that like button, hit the share, hit the subscribe. What's up, The Realist? What's good, bro? What's up, Bubba? Trinity Man, how you doing? How you doing? Salute, salute. Hit that like button, man. Um, you got 36 people in here, so let's hit that like. So once again, Skip Bayless is thinking that Kawhi Leonard is going to do the same thing with the Clippers based off of his sources that he knows, that he's looking to possibly lead the organization. Now, he said the reasons why he's looking like he doesn't see eye to eye with the Spurs or with the Clippers is because they feel like they did not defend him. Um, whatever that means, didn't defend him based off of, getting a lot of, what I'm saying, shots taken at him about his injury. Um, you know, I think that was the main thing, and maybe how they managed it. But mainly, he feel like, according to Skip, he feel like they didn't defend him the way they should have, and he's kind of doing the same thing with the Spurs. Now, I'm not sure how they didn't defend him, because when I looked at, when Kawhi got hurt, they kept saying it was his fault. They were saying that Kawhi wants to play, but we're the ones that are sitting him out, right? So when they say that they didn't defend him or whatever, like that doesn't make any sense. They basically told the media that they were the ones sitting him out. Now, this is why I say with Kawhi, he should be able to speak for himself as a man, as a grown person, to say, look, I'm hurt, or look, I'm dealing with something, discomfort. This is what's happening. Like Kawhi is able to do that. This is again why I have this thing with Kawhi that you can't say to people like you feel like somebody slighted you, but you have the opportunity and the platform to speak for yourself. Like you're not in this ain't high school. You don't have to have somebody speak for you. Now the Clippers, I made a video yesterday. I said I feel like they're, what I'm saying, they need to get their stuff together because there's players on that team that I can already tell y'all they're not very happy. Terrence Mann being one of them, Robert Covington being one of them. Marcus Morris, he's one of them, which I think he should leave. John Wall was another one. Like, and now according to these reports from Skip Bayless, they say it says Kawhi Leonard is another one. So I watched that whole Lawrence Frank interview, that whole I think it was over 40 minutes. And while he did say some things that were, what I'm saying, encouraging, it seemed like he was very politically correct. He was trying to save face and just basically say things to make people get off their back. Make people get off their back. We'll take the regular season seriously, and we're going to do this. We're going to make it up. And then you're saying like Tyronn Lue did a great job with Terrence Mann, which we all know that was cap. And I said Terrence Mann put a tweet out on his Twitter right after that comment saying LMAO, right? Laughing my ass off. That's basically what he said after, that during that interview. As y'all can see right there on the top, it says we're Terrence Mann. So they better get their act together. They better get their act together. Thrash, she said, yo, what's good, man? What's good? Hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. So they got to get their act together, man. But what I feel like, this is what I think. I think personally, Kawhi Leonard right now in this spot right now is going through a lot where we already know his personality. We already know how he is. You know, he may feel like he let his team down by not being there on the court, and that's why he's choosing to not be as talkative, not be as interactive, because he's feeling bad that he let the team down again. You guys got to remember, this is the third year. Kawhi Leonard, 3 straight postseasons have not finished the playoffs for 3 straight. Think about that. 2021 playoffs, he gets hurt against Utah in the game 4. That year, they went to the Western Conference Finals. Had he been healthy, then they would have went to the finals and won it all. That's my opinion. They would at least made it to the finals, right? So that's one opportunity. Then you look at last year when if they had won the championship in 2021, they could have defended their title easily going into 2022. We hear all these speculations that Kawhi could possibly come back. You know what I'm saying? That Kawhi can possibly be back on the team and, he can come back from his injury. And then he turns out still, missing the whole entire year. I heard from the opening press conferences this year, Kawhi say, he knew he wasn't going to come back. Well, if you knew you weren't going to come back, then why did the Clippers put all this information out, according to Chris Haynes, there's a possibility he can't come back? See, again, this is the lying the Clippers do and their front office does, which makes it very hard to trust them. Then you hear them come out after, with Lawrence Frank yesterday say, we knew after game 2 that he had tore his meniscus. Well, if you knew after game 2 he had tore his meniscus, why in the hell did you wait? Why in the hell did you wait? You know what I'm saying, after game 5 to report it? See, this is that they shoot themselves in their own foot, man. You waiting, and is that what Skip Bayless means, that they left him out to, on their dust, basically? Like, you knew about game 2, he had tore his meniscus. He tried to play through it. And then looking at game 5, you reported it saying, he has a tore meniscus. Knowing good and well the fan base and people were speculating, you guys reported it as a sprained knee. Just very weird how you do business. It's not lying, BJ. Every scenario. Go back and look and listen to what Lawrence Frank said, Pagan. He literally said they knew after game 2 he had tore his meniscus. That's what Lawrence Frank said. This is the president of basketball operations for the team. He said that we knew after game 2 when one of the reporters asked him. It's one thing for you to know after game 5 because you didn't have enough. You couldn't get the whatchamacallit, the MRI because of the knee. He had to wait for the swelling to go down. But they took an MRI right after game 2 and they found out, which is not surprising because MRI results come back pretty quickly. So they knew good and well that he had a torn meniscus, yet they reported as a sprained knee. Same thing they did in 2021. That is lying. What's good, Mike? What's good with you, man? Hit the like button as y'all come in here, man. HNIC said leading people on for tickets, discussing paper, and that's bingo. That's what it is. That's what it is. It comes back to money. It always goes back to money. It always goes back to money. This is why I tell y'all they're not going to get off of Kawhi and PG. People talking about they're going to break up this tandem between the two. I said, do y'all understand they have a brand new $1 billion stadium in Inglewood, California, coming in less than 2 years? Next year, they will be in their own arena. That arena will be the dopest arena in the NBA, hands down. Right? They're not going to get off of Kawhi and PG. You going to open a brand new arena, brand new stadium with role players? You're not finna do that. Once I saw they're going to go ahead and re-sign, or they're staying committed to Kawhi and PG, I already knew that. That wasn't a surprise. Why would I sit up there and get rid of 2 players who I invested all this money into? I gave up all my draft picks, They're still relatively, in their prime. They're not old. They're not finna get off of these two. Lawrence Frank and Kawhi or Lawrence Frank, PG, all of them, they're saying they're committed for the long haul. As I've said before, the one thing is stopping this team is injuries. It's not other teams just beating them. They're just there's injuries. So, once Kawhi tore his ACL, the whole operation went down. That's the only reason they don't have a chance. Make no mistake, the only reason that the Clippers have not won a title is Kawhi tore his ACL. Let's get that straight. That's the only reason. These teams are not going out just beating them. Beating the Clippers, they're losing based off of injuries. Trinity Man said Chris Haynes reported after game 2 there was swelling. Not sure if they would have been able to. Trinity Man, Lawrence Frank, go back and listen to his exit interview he just did yesterday. He said that they knew after game 2 that he had tore his meniscus. Now, whether that have been the night of or whether that have been, what I'm saying, the day, like they knew after game 2. So going into game 3, they already knew. That's just the bottom line. There's no denying that part. They lied. Just like they lied in 2021, they lied now. How does Skip Bayless know that Kawhi tore his ACL but the medical staff and the organization doesn't? They were reporting that he had a sprained knee and he was out indefinitely. That's what they were doing. They lied. And it's because they want to make people actually still buy these tickets. That's why I said they're not going to get off. They're not going to get off, and basically, they're not going to let go of those 2 stars, man. Beezy, I'm trading Kawhi and keeping PG because y'all gotta start. Man, stop. That's dumb. And I love Norman Powell. That's one of Norman Powell and I grew up in the same city, but no, he is not no star that you're building around. He hasn't even made an all-star team yet, man. Stop. HNIC said they did the same thing in 2020. There are some liars. Yeah, they are liars. They are liars, man. That's what it is. But I just found this interesting as, I don't think it's going to happen, honestly. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure it wasn't because based off of Skip Bayless, it seemed like he was just saying he just might. He didn't really, say, well, he definitely is, or it's a very good. He said that he just might, based off he feels how Kawhi Leonard is as a person, which I think is a totally different situation from what San Antonio is with the Clippers. With the Spurs, Kawhi wasn't even coming to any of the games. He was completely alienating himself from the team. He did not like how they tried to pressure him into giving them an answer. That secret meeting they had with Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker setting them up. I don't think he was really rocking with Greg Popovich militant style of mind control, how he tries to control everything. I don't think Kawhi was rocking with that. He just didn't like how they did things. I mean, he wasn't a big fan of how they did things in San Antonio. So it's a different situation. He's with the Clippers. He was actually on the bench. He actually has relationships with players on the team. You know what I'm saying? I just think right now he's looking at like, damn, I let my team down because we didn't have, for another year, we didn't have our guys. That's it. But let me go and let y'all in. And let me hear what y'all have to say about this subject in hand. And let me see. Again, hit that like button, hit the share, hit the subscribe, hit the super chat as well. Mm, GI concept. I think they should trade PG. They're not trading Paul George, bro. They're not trading none of them. None of them, man. They're not trading PG. They're not trading Kawhi. That's not happening. I've already said it. Not doing it. What up, Mass? What's good,
What
bro?
up? What up, BJ? That's of course, man. Salute to you, man, for allowing me to come in and just get my shit off, man. Um, you know,
Respect.
this is a very interesting topic because a lot of people are speculating. They got their opinions. Skip Bayless is a guy who's quote unquote tied in to the Clippers with close sources. Do I think they're going to trade Kawhi or PG? No. I mean, they're moving to that new arena, so you got to sell the fans on something. Listen, man. I mean, is Kawhi upset with the Clippers team behind the scenes? Maybe not. Are the Clippers upset with Kawhi Leonard on some issues? Maybe not. Listen, I think there's blame and frustration on both sides. It's a team sport. I mean, it's just like when me and you go to work, right? I mean, there's going to be conflict, and that's why we talk about conflict resolution. And so, listen, man. I mean, this off season, bro. All joking aside, I think PG, um, the Clippers, and Kawhi need to just have a sit down, bro, and let everything out on the table. Come up with a game plan, and go from there. You know, it seems like they wait until they're in a situation and then they don't know how to deal with it together. But if they had a game plan prior, maybe they can learn from their past lessons learned. But it's just communication, bro. Kawhi ain't going nowhere. PG ain't going nowhere. They're too talented. Listen, man, this team is still a good team, right? I don't think it was a failure. It can't be a failure because PG and Kawhi really didn't play. If they would have played, then it's a failure. I think it's unfortunate what happened. But listen, I think both parties are probably a little frustrated. But to say that guys are upset, or I don't think guys are upset. I think more so, I think they're just frustrated at what could have been, right? Because listen, man, all joking aside, I think me and you both agree that if healthy, this team could contend, right? I mean, obviously, I
Mhm.
think the Suns to win, but I'm not naive. I mean, they're a pretty damn good team. I mean, they could have won a championship if fully healthy. And so, communication, sit down, get in that room, man, and discuss moving forward. If this happens, we're going to do this, this, and this. Because it seems like when Kawhi got hurt, it was back and forth. He wants to play, but the team said no. He has a torn meniscus. It's just, I mean, I don't know, And so, but I say just give it one more chance, bro. So I'm gonna say that. I mean, before they just tear shit up, bro, I'm gonna say give this situation one more chance. Now, I'm gonna be honest though, BJ. That's it though. This team deserves only one more chance. If this should happen again next year, bro, then then blow it up. You got to then, because this is just getting ridiculous at that point. But I say give it one more chance, and let's just hope and pray that they're healthy, and and they can make a deep postseason run. I mean, that's my thoughts on it, bro.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. Hit the likes, man. Hit the likes. Got people coming here. Hit the link if y'all want to come in here and cook. Nah, man. Basically, like you said that it's just frustration. Like anybody would be frustrated. They said after Norman Powell said it. Um, Paul George said it. Ty Lue said it. Like you go through another year. Like I said, 3 postseasons. Kawhi Leonard has not been able to play fully in the playoffs. 3 years. That's more than I think any player in the NBA. I think any other star player. And then you have Paul George who gets hurt this year and didn't play last year. It's like a lot of stuff this team has been through that they had to overcome. And I think people don't understand, like what Tyler said. Without your two best players, I don't care how you're not winning a championship. That take any two best players off any team. Take Katie and Book off of the Suns, what would they be? Take Steph and Clay off the Warriors, what would they be? You take uh uh Jokic and Jamal Murray off of Denver, what would they be? You take any team off any two players, you're not going to win a championship. Now, the thing with the Clippers, which is so surprising, which I'm saying they have the team, is they still were able to compete with the Suns even without those two best players. So that's what makes it even more frustrating. It's like, okay, their team is competing with like championship contenders, and if they have their two best players, then it'll be a whole different story. So that's why I say that's what makes it hard to really bear. But that, and I think a lot of people personally, man, like I thought about it. You know, injuries happen to everybody. It's part of the game. But I noticed with Kawhi, people automatically jump to saying like he's the only one in the league gets hurt. Joel Embiid's injury prone. He missed the first 2 years of his whole career based off of injuries. He's still getting hurt. No one's telling him to retire.
That's true.
Kevin Durant, another player who's been very injury prone. Over the last 3 seasons, been very injury prone. Tore his Achilles, had a freak accident this year, you know what I'm saying, slipping on the court. Over the last few, actually, I think Kawhi played more games than KD this season and last season, or the year before in 2021.
But BJ, but I think the difference is this. To be fair with some of those guys, they haven't missed significant time in the postseason. Their injuries come where they're back in time to make a run. You know, KD got injured, missed the season, but that was like 2-3 years ago. I mean, he's played in the last 2 or 3 postseasons, right? He's lost, but he's played. Embiid has had some injuries here and there, but he's played through them for the most part in the postseason. I think with Kawhi Leonard, the frustration comes whereas he's not even on the court. And you said something that stuck out to me just now, man. You talked about Tyronn Lue's press conference, and you can see the frustration on his face because, bro, it's almost like taking a knife to a gunfight, right? It's not fair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you're right. The Suns were able to pull away late because they had, you know, Kevin and Devin to do that. And the Clippers hung inside there. But listen, man, I mean, you know this, bro. Stars win you games in this league. Point, period, blank. If you ain't got them, you're not winning. I don't care how close the game is, right? How many times in the regular season do you see the Orlando Magic in a 2-3 point game in the third quarter, come fourth quarter, mid-rate, a team just pulls away because the stars, you know, I mean, that's why they're stars. But yeah, I mean, I think the difference is that Kawhi has missed time in the postseason, whereas KD, Joel, and some of these guys, they've been there for the postseason, right? I mean, they've played these games. And so that's where I think the difference is. And you can see the frustration on Tyronn Lue's face, bro. And I gotta be honest, man, I almost feel bad for the guy because he's like, God damn, like, I mean, I come here and this is what I gotta get. I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean,
you're not getting well. Like I said, once Kawhi tore his ACL, that's what really put a fork in the operation because if he doesn't get hurt, then you're talking about a whole different story. So yeah, like I think more people just want to see him play. Like they look at Kawhi so at a high level, so great.
Oh, for sure.
They just want him on. If they want him on, they want to see him on the court. And I mean, the dude can't help when he gets injured. The dude can't help. You know, it's just unfortunate. And I think he wants to be out there as much as anybody. But with the whole situation with him leaving the team, I don't see that happening. I don't see. That would be a bad look, first off. Like, oh, I demand a trade. Okay, what you demand a trade for? Like, what did the Clippers do? They've been supporting you since you got here. Like, they've given you everything that you want since you got here.
And this is how bad luck the Clippers have, or even last year in a playing situation, right? Last year, Kawhi and Luke Kennard don't play, right? Out of nowhere, PG sits out with the COVID protocol out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's just bad luck for the Clippers. And so, I mean, they just can't never catch a break. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Kawhi is going to demand a trade, bro. Listen, I don't think the Clippers and the Spurs situation are similar. I think they're two totally different situations. I think the Clippers and Kawhi communicate much better. To this day, I'm so surprised by how the Spurs even handled Kawhi in that situation with Tony Parker. And I mean, that was just bad business. And so I don't think the Clippers are doing that. But again, you know what I'm saying? We got to be honest, though, right? I mean, they have a right to be frustrated, not so much with Kawhi Leonard himself, but just what's happening to him and PG. So I don't think
Mhm.
the Clippers are mad at Kawhi. I think they're just more so frustrated behind the scenes, saying, "Damn, like we know this dude can play. When he does play, he's damn near a top 1-2 player in the league, and he's just not."
Mhm.
But I don't think. Listen, man, I don't think either side is mad. I think they're just frustrated, man. I mean, they're just listen. It's unfortunate what's happening.
Yeah, and it's like we're the only team that goes through that. I don't
Yeah,
think any other team has that's been through that type of struggle. So yeah, Pagan 180 said, question: BG, should PG-13 have tried to play Game 3? Um,
uh, I don't know that. I mean, you know more than I know about that beat. I don't know behind the scenes how healthy he felt. I mean, he ran the stairs. We talked about. I mean, that's like running an incline. So if your knee can take that type of stress, then why can't you run lateral? But I think more so stopping and going, high pace, high volume on that knee. So I think it was more so maybe they didn't ramp him up enough to where he felt like he can go, because in an NBA game, you have to stop on a dime and cut, go, move lateral, and that's a lot of strain on that knee. And so I don't know if he was ramped up enough to go. That's just my honest opinion.
no, that's facts. I personally think he could have gone. Now, should he have? I don't. I mean, that's not for me to say. But could he have gone? Yeah, he could have gotten out there. I mean, how effective he would have been is another different story. He's talked about how it was a risk for him going out there before his 6-week mark, which would be May, first week of May. So if you're talking about a risk, I would have to know how big is the risk and what could have happened possibly if he went out there a couple weeks before or weeks soon. Like, really, what would the risk be? So that's not for me to say, but
Right.
I think he could have. I mean, could he have came back? Yeah, I mean, if he wanted to come back, he could have. They made the choice not to. Um,
How frustrating is it when you see video of him? Because I saw 2 videos come out last week of him running the arena stairs, which is high stress on the knee. And then they showed him in practice doing like step back 3s and 2s and posting up. And I mean, he looked like he was ready to go. As a Clippers fan, when you see those 2 videos and then he doesn't play, I mean, how frustrating is that?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's one thing for the organization to post videos of you, in the gym shooting or whatever, going through an individual workout. That's one thing, but it's a whole other thing for you on your own personal page on your podcast. Yes, you can give updates. That's fine. But every week it was him saying, I got an update. And just saying that he's just working to get back. I mean, we know you're working to get back. That's not a secret. The
Right.
problem is that if you going to keep saying that, you're flirting with the idea that you'll come back and play. And, with this team already being, shorthanded without you, fans don't want to keep hearing like your work. They want to see, okay, can you go? And then for you to say after the fact, after Game 5, that, oh well, it was a 6-week injury, and there wasn't no chance for me to come back well, dude, you never said that before. You were saying that that you were working to get back. Like, people were expecting you possibly come back in time, for the first round. Like, that's according to what you were trying to get across. So it is frustrating to see that, but that's
Yeah,
Paul George's body.
that's true. Yeah, that's true. And I mean, yeah, I wish he would have just not said nothing and just did his podcast. Or to be honest with you, fair or unfair, and I know guys do their thing now, but in this instance, bro, BJ, I would rather Paul George not do the podcast during the postseason and worry about his rehabilitation and getting back on the court. I feel like the podcast is, I mean, same thing goes with Draymond, right? Like, I mean, these guys need to. And again, I mean, I'm probably nitpicking here, but like, you're doing a podcast, but I mean, come on, man, like, you should be focusing on getting back on that court. And then you have the audacity to tease your fans, and you're already on a team that is riddled with injuries and past history of these type of things. So for me, it was a little distasteful, and I wish he would have just kept his mouth shut and said nothing. Do your podcast, talk about basketball if you want to. He's entitled to do that. But when you start talking about your injury and the possibility of you coming back, I mean, you are giving people false hope. And again, like for me, like, I bet on this on these games, bro. You feel me? Like, I mean, I gamble often. And so, I mean, these things matter. Guys want to be able to place their bets and win money. But again, I mean, he can do his podcast. That's cool. But PG does strike me as a mentally weak dude. And sometimes he puts his foot in his mouth because he talks too much. And so this is another instance where he probably should just not said nothing and focus on getting his ass back on that court, to me.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying like, should have focused on, like, I don't have an issue. Like, I think people now, like, I think a lot of players are now doing this podcasting during the season, like it's becoming popular, like Draymond Green, Patrick Beverly, now PG. So, I think it is becoming more of a trend where, it's just becoming a norm. So, I mean, I guess you just got to, relate to, this time period. Like before, they weren't doing podcasts and talking through, throughout the season. They weren't doing that unless you have like a interview with like one of the, like Ahmad Rashad or Stephen A. or Ramon Shelburne or, one of those guys then that's the only time you'll see them really talk. But other than that, they're locked in. But now they're doing podcasts and, before and after the game. So I just think that's kind of how it is. But I think with what's going on now, the Clippers have to somehow stay focused on the task at hand. And next year is their year, and I think for some reason, I think with them moving to this new arena, I think it's going to kind of be a connection with them finally breaking this injury bug. I think when you because I live in I live in California too. I live in Southern Cal, and the Lakers and the Clippers, basically, this is definitely a Lakers town.
I thought you was like East Coast. Okay, that's cool, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm in San Diego.
Okay, nice, man. Yeah, man. I'm in Sacramento. I'm up north. So yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, man. I know. I was born in Vallejo, Valley Joe.
Oh, close. There you go. Yeah. You close. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
E40.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so what I know is with this area over here, like the Lakers and the Clippers, definitely it's a Laker town. Yeah. But the fact that the Lakers have the crypto now, the Clippers are sharing that building, and it's just something where they can't ever seem to get what they need in their own in the Lakers building. Like they just will not allow it. Now that they're building this new Intuit Dome, they're moving to their own stadium. I think now they can finally have their own identity. I think finally they'll break through, what they call injury bug. It's just something about having your own, vice versa, sharing and renting with somebody else. I think that's what correlation with.
Have you drove past the new arena yet? I mean, like, because they broke ground, right? So I mean, they said it'll be ready by next year.
It'll be ready 24, 25. So not next year, so the year after.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I've driven past it. Yeah, it's it's not, of course, it's not finished yet, but from what I understand, it's probably gonna be the best arena in the league. So it's I've been to the Kings Arena. That's a nice arena. I like how
the golden one is off the hook.
Yeah, it goes down into the stadium, like the stands. Like it's pretty dope. Yeah. But I think this Clipper Arena is going. I think it's worth $2 billion. So. Wow. It's going to be off the chain.
So question for you, bro. So obviously the Clippers have some free agencies. So obviously I think they don't bring Morris back. I think they need to communicate and restructure Russell Westbrook's contract, meaning he's a free agent. So they have the little exception that they can offer him, about $7 million. So I think he probably it depends if he wants to win. Or does he want more money? So we'll see how that goes. But there's one guy that is unrestricted who I think you guys must re-sign, bro, and that's Mason Plumlee. You have to re-sign that guy. You know what I'm saying? I thought about you guys not re-signing your backup big. What's his name? He played for the Knicks for a little bit.
Hartenstein.
Yeah, Hartenstein. I thought that at times you guys left Zubac on an island and you guys had no backup big for half the season. And you saw what Plumlee did, right? I mean, bro, he gave you damn near 20 and 10. I mean, he played well against the Suns, right? I mean, dominated the glass. And so I think he needs to be re-signed. I think you guys talk to Russ and ask him to take less money because he wants to win. And then I think you let Morris go, and then you try to just go from there, man. You know what I'm saying? And so those should be your main things. Re-sign Plumlee, communicate with Russ, try to get that done, and then, and then just go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's basically what I'm seeing with this team. First of all, I just don't think that we don't really need major moves. Like, we need to retool. Like, one thing Steve Ballmer said, the owner of the Clippers, said, we're never going to have to rebuild, which tells me that they're not getting rid of Kawhi and PG. So that tells me one thing. Number two, if you look at their team, they have the team to compete against anybody. If you, like I said, everything's going to come down to matchups based off everybody. So the biggest kryptonite the Clippers had in the West was the Nuggets. That was the one team that, for whatever reason, the Clippers could not figure out. But now, since they got Westbrook on this team, which I hope they keep, they are able to compete because now what he does, he attacks the rim and puts pressure on Jokic. See, to beat Denver, you have to put pressure on Jokic. You have to make him guard. You have to make him defend. If you don't make him do any of those things, then he's going to pick you apart. So the Clippers have a team to compete against anyone out west, in my opinion, everybody in the league. So, yeah, Mason Plumlee helps a lot. I think he's a high IQ player. I think he's an energy player. He has some untapped athleticism. I like his game. I think Marcus Morris has to go. I think Eric Gordon has to go. Possibly Nico Batum, who I like Nico Batum. But one thing I say, look, in order for this team to be competitive, Tyronn Lue cannot allow his pettiness to get in the way. He cannot overplay players he shouldn't be playing. And those three guys are older, and he also has favorites on this team. They have to leave. You have to put more of your emphasis on your younger guys like Terrence Mann, like Mir Coffey, like Bones Highland, like Brandon Boston. Like, you have to get those guys run throughout the season. That's what I would say. They need to just make a few unload a few guys and let a few guys come, the young guys up there and playing. So, yeah. Get my shine on. What's good, bro?
What's good, fellas? How y'all doing?
Doing good, man. Good morning to you guys, man.
Good. Yeah, what's up, brother? Go ahead. What you got?
All right. So, I got a couple things on couple different topics y'all spoke on. If I ain't mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but if I ain't mistaken, they said Doc Rivers is coming back. Next thing you know, they also said Paul George and Kawhi is having a sit-down meeting, and they will speak to talk about the next coach. After that meeting, Doc was gone. Also, after that meeting, or before that meeting, Marcus Morris had quoted, "Hey, nah, this coaching it's not working out." So I don't know if Morris was in the meeting. I doubt he was, but I know for sure. I remember them saying Kawhi and PG was having a sit-down meeting with the owner. Doc was fired after that. Kawhi also said after the bubble, he said, "Yeah, I don't know why we switching." And I'm sorry, it wasn't after the bubble. It's after Luka hit the game winner. Kawhi was like, "I don't know why I would not on Luka." Coach said switch. Reggie was on the court. Then after the bubble, that's when all the leaks started bashing on Doc, right? So I'm not sold on Ty's coming back. Also on Ty, yeah, they had injuries, but anybody that watches basketball is going to sit there and say Reggie and Morris should be starting while you got T-Man and Rocco on the bench, and you're going to say that's good coaching. We don't even need to have that conversation. That's ludicrous. It's dumb as hell. You got players speaking right now that's not happy with the coach. As far as Skip Bayless goes, he ain't missed on Kawhi yet. When he made predictions before, everybody was trying to roast on Skip. Skip turned out to be right. He's not always right, obviously, but and this Kawhi thing, like everybody said Chris Paul's injury prone. Let's get rid of Chris Paul, right? Well, last time I checked, this man's threatening another NBA Finals. So, and And they was probably going to the finals if you don't catch that hamstring injury when they was up 3-2 against the team that everybody said can't be beat because they just making that shit up for LeBron. Because Kawhi and San Antonio had that same team getting their head split wide open. Game 1 at Oracle Arena, down 25 late in the third quarter. KD had like 10 points. Kawhi had like almost 30. So there's narratives out there about that team and about situations. The Paul George thing, this is my opinion. We all have our opinion. I think Paul George ducked the opportunity to come back when obviously the Kawhi injury news was leaking in the organization before we all found out. I think that's played a big part. Paul George like, I'm not coming back without Kawhi. I think he just folded it up at that point. Because like the guy said, it's been talking the whole time. This man's doing high knees, running up. I don't know if any of y'all played ball before. I used to play ball. When you run bleachers, that's about one of the most strenuous things you can do. That shit is hell. I used to bunny hop bleachers. I used to run bleachers. I'm like him, man. It looked like Paul George could have came back. I think he chose not to. And as far as the injuries go, yes, they getting unlucky, man. Like, if KD rolls that ankle in the first round, game 1, game 2, the same way Kawhi pops his meniscus, KD's not coming back for that series because I don't know how long he was out. But he rolled that shit all the way to the floor. So timing is everything, right? Who else? Embiid. They was playing Brooklyn. If the 76ers are playing Phoenix, Embiid's sitting at the house, Harden's sitting at the house, and they blaming Embiid's injuries. Like BJ said, man, there's a lot of people who get injured all the time. It's unfortunate. The Kawhi asking for a trade, if that comes out to be true, could be two reasons or one or both, obviously. Like me and BJ's been trying to tell a lot of people, the medical staff has just been there's no words to speak on what the medical staff doing. It goes back to John Wall resting for 2 years, and this man comes back and he's on minutes restriction. That blows my mind. The pandemic, Patrick Beverley was out. The whole league was out 4 or 5 months or however long that was. If Patrick Beverley comes back and all of a sudden dude's on minutes restrictions, like come on, bro. Like Serge Ibaka, he claimed they screwed him up. I mean, I could go on for days about the medical staff. But if Kawhi ain't happy with Tyronn Lue's decision making, aka starting, not only did Marcus Morris quit on the team, he left the organization and went the fuck home and sat at home. And he comes back, and this is the dude you choose to start. And with Paul George out, it just makes absolutely no sense at all. So to say Ty Lue is making the right decisions, now Ty Lue has had bad luck with the starters being injured. That's 100% facts. But to say this guy could not have made better decisions and it been a better outcome, Lawrence Frank put Terrence Mann in the starting lineup. They're going a 10-2 run. I think it was the Kings or Memphis was number 2. They was falling downward. They was spiraling downward. And people saying, well, the Clippers can get number 3 seed easy. They could have got number 2 seed, of course, if they stayed healthy, right? But they're going a 10-2 run, threatening the 2, 3, 4 seed, and you bench Terrence Mann for a guy who folded up in the elimination game and game 1, which is 2 of the most 3 important games of a series. I put this in the chat. Game 1 sets the tone. Elimination game, your back's against the wall. And then obviously the other important game is the closeout game. You got to close teams out. And they didn't have a closeout game. So game 1 in elimination game, Westbrook wet the bed. He had all these stats. Stats don't win games. Winning basketball wins games. If Westbrook comes back, he needs to be on the bench playing with Powell, unless Kawhi gets traded. I think Westbrook can coincide with Paul George or Kawhi, but not both, because then he becomes pretty much a spot-up shooter because the ball isn't always going to be in Paul George, Kawhi's hand instead of the ball in Westbrook's hand when he's getting these triple-double stats.
Okay, let me go to Josh real quick. I'm gonna come back to you, bro. I appreciate you. TuneIn Sports said y'all ready to give up on Ty Lue, who replacing him. I'm gonna come back to that question, my man. TuneIn Sports, you know what I'm saying. Appreciate you with the comment. Y'all have any comments or anything that y'all want to ask, man? Hit that super chat, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal on top of this chat box as well. Personally don't think I think Tyronn Lue is the coach for this team. Personally, I just think his pettiness is what got in the way. I think he did a lot of those things on purpose because of his anger towards the front office, and he was trolling the team. That's what's been reported, and that's why I'm starting to believe. That's why I was saying throughout the whole season that Tyronn Lue was throwing games on purpose. You know, a person like he has to get Jashawn asked if I play basketball. Like I played pro ball, so I know a coach is supposed to know on the court. I know what doesn't work and what does work. So I think he was doing a lot of that bad decision making, starting Marcus Morris, starting Reggie Jackson, all them games, not playing Rocco and not playing Terrence Mann enough. All that stuff was done on purpose, and he did it game after game. So, it's kind of tough to say right now how I feel about Tyronn Lue, but I think he has to get out of his pettiness. Josh, what's good, man?
What's good?
What you got, bro?
I mean, this goes back to what I told you last thing. I'm like, Tyronn Lue got to go. What's the point? What's the point of keeping him? He's gonna be paid like this. Like, I don't see the point of keeping him. He's not very. If you look at it, he's not the same coach from the past 2 years when he made those good ass adjustments. What were those adjustments this year? Like, seriously.
So, but when you say he's not the same coach as the last 2 seasons, I mean, what does that mean? Does he mean like he lost his knowledge all of a sudden, or did he just automatically become like what happened? What you mean he's not the same coach?
Like, I didn't see the same adjustments he was making from the past 2 years.
So,
yeah, I agree with that.
But what adjustments? Like you guys gotta tell me like what adjustments is he missing? Like I said, I think he purposely did a lot of stuff last year out of spite towards the front office. Like once you have knowledge, no one can take that away from you. If he was doing the adjustments before 2 years ago, I'm not seeing what would make him stop now unless he was just doing it again, like I said, purposely out of spite. So what adjustments did he start missing?
I just spoke on what I thought should happen.
Okay.
Well, there's always adjustments to be made, BJ. I mean, get my shine on is correct. I mean, like, trust me, there's always adjustments to be made, in a game, a series, what have you. I mean, that's why he's a coach. And let's face it here. Tyronn Lue's rotations have been questionable all year long. And when you have one of the worst offenses in the league all year long, then that's on the players, but it's also on the coach. Now, some of that is due because of injuries and guys aren't getting, guys are being injured. I get all that. But the Clippers have had one of the worst offenses in the league all year long. All year long. And so that's on the coach. And so he doesn't make the right. Bro, listen, he wasn't playing. Robert Covington is a 6'8" swingman who can knock down threes and defend block shots. He plays hard, but you play Batum and you play Eric Gordon major minutes in a win or go home situation. That's on the coach.
And you started Marcus Morris. Don't leave him out.
Right. Yeah. And you start Marcus Morris, who can't guard, a red cone, and you're guarding, and you got Devin Booker. And you got Katie, bro. Like Robert Covington should have been playing big minutes in this series versus Phoenix Suns, but you're playing Marcus Morris, a guy who you haven't played in the last month, but just out of nowhere you play him. Now, granted, Morris hit some shots, right? Because I mean, he can put the ball in the basket. But what's more important at this level, right? In the postseason versus Suns, putting the ball in the basket or playing some defense versus some of these wings they got. It's just listen, man. Like to me, I'm with you, man. It's bad coaching, no adjustments. And the numbers back me up, bro. They've had one of the worst offenses in the league the entire year.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask BJ. Let me ask all y'all this. The answer is a complete obvious no for me. Do y'all think the Denver Nuggets coach is about to sit there and put up with one human. I don't care what his name is. I don't care what position he plays. One human steadily putting up 40 and 50 on your head all series long. If you think Denver that's about to happen versus Denver, then you clearly don't know what adjusting is, and you don't know what basketball is. Will he hit 41 game? He might. I don't think he's like that. I don't care how good a scorer he is. I don't think – if BJ touched on this before the series started, and I did too, and everybody was laughing about it. Listen, as good as KD and Booker are scoring, as good as they are scoring, we have seen other teams, other coaches hold them down, blow them out in the Game 7 in their own building, sweep them in their own building, and lock them up. That's and for Tyronn Lue to sit there like the man just said. I'm sorry to keep saying you, man. I can't. I don't know your name,
Mr. Moss. Bro, it's cool.
But to sit there like he just said, you have two defenders, T-Man and Rocco, to sit on the bench, and you starting a man who quit on the team. He didn't only quit. He didn't only walk off the bench. He walked all the way back to the house, bro. And he comes back, and you start him over Rocco, T-Man, and you allow Eric Gordon to keep stinking up the gym.
You cooking,
like BJ just said, Eric Gordon's past his days. You got better options on the bench. That's the adjustments that you just asked for. Let me hear the adjustments. That's your adjustments right there. And anybody who's watched Terrence Mann play think that he starts and plays 35 to 40 minutes. If you think Booker's getting 40 points multiple times in this series, bro, you are not watching the Clippers play basketball. You're not watching Terrence Mann play basketball. And you just being a fanboy, and you happy that the Clippers got beat and went home, because that is not happening. And I hope Tyronn Lue gets fired and Terrence Mann can get on the court so y'all can see it not happen next season when the playoffs get here. According, they don't blow this thing up. But you're going to see it. It's not happening. And if KD goes out and gets 40, then Booker gets 40, then KD gets 40, and they start seesawing on your ass, and you keep making adjustments, and it keeps happening, then you can say Tyronn Lue gave everything he got. Until you can say that, no, he did not give everything he got. And T-Man is not giving up 40 multiple times in the series versus any small guard. It's not happening.
Okay, just real quick, BJ, because he said a lot there, and I'm going to push back just a little bit what you said, bro, because me and you are on the same page on this topic. You're using last year, and you're using Dallas and all these other games, right? Mm-hmm. The difference is that when KD's on the court opens wide up, bro. And so we can't use the Devin Booker excuse when KD wasn't there. When Kevin Durant's on the court, bro, he's Kevin Durant. So that allows Devin to play one-on-one. Not to mention, if Chris is making shots and Torrey Craig is making shots, Aiden's giving you 15 and 10. It's hard to trap or blitz Devin. And so I get it. And then
answer my question directly. Do you think Booker is hanging up 40? I don't think he hangs 40 this whole series. Do you think he's hanging up 40 to 50 3 or 4 times in one series? Do you think that? No, don't say because KD's on the court that because I have a pushback for that pushback. Like I said, Tyronn Lue never made KD get 40. You have to make the other people do it. Just because you think they can do it don't mean they're going to do it. You got to make them do it. But answer the question about this series.
Yes. And please, I mean, just let me get this off real quick. All joking aside and honestly speaking, yeah. I mean, listen, bro, I think Devin Booker is an elite scorer and he can get 40 points. But listen, Devin Booker got 40 points. He was up 2-0 versus Clippers and Terrence Mann without Chris Paul 2 years ago. So, I mean, this ain't nothing new to Devin Booker. Devin Booker has scored points. Devin scored back-to-back 40-point games versus Milwaukee Bucks. And then here's my last point, man. I like Terrence Mann. I think Terrence Mann is a good player. He plays hard. He's a good defensive player. But we know that good offense beats good defense every single time. Here's where I think you have a point at just a little bit, bro. If you're bringing in Terrence Mann off the bench and Booker is already going and he's already in his bag, then it's hard to stop him. And so I do think that you have a good point. If you start Terrence Mann, maybe Booker doesn't get going as quick. But I don't think Terrence Mann can guard Devin Booker, bro. I just don't think that. And so, yeah, I think he can get 40 points if he wants to. Now, is it going to be impactful 40 points or efficiency? I don't know. Maybe not. But can he get it? Yeah. But
I don't think he's getting it multiple times in the series. I'll give you one game.
let me read. I'm gonna let y'all go right back. Let me read this right here from Marco Brillo. He said, and shout out to Marco Brillo for the $4.99 donation. Um, he said everyone was saying there was something weird going on from Joey to BJ to Law Murray. Ty had to be trolling because he was great the first 2 seasons. So Joey is Joey Lynn. He was a Clipper reporter on Twitter, and Law Murray is a Clipper. He's a reporter for the Clippers as well. And of course, BJ, that's me. I was saying the whole entire season that Ty Lue was doing stuff to kill this team. I was saying that I was consistent with it. People were saying like you're playing the coach. I'm like, bro, I know basketball. Trust me, I know what's going on. And then you start seeing all the 4 guard lineups, and then you got the 5 guard lineup in Game 5. It's like, yeah, he was doing those things on purpose. So when you ask, like the realist ask, like who you replacing Lue with, that's a very good question because you can't just unload him. You have to have a backup plan. And if Kawhi and PG got Doc Rivers out of there, trust me, they will get Ty Lue out of there too, because they have a lot of control in that organization, and as well as Doc Rivers and Ty Lue, like they're pretty much on the same coaching tree. So I think they will get him out if they feel like he sabotaged the whole season. Will that happen? We will let to see. But let me go to Kirkland real quick, and then I'll go back to you too. What's good, Kirkland?
What's going on, BJ?
What's good, man? What you got?
What was y'all topic? What was y'all talking about?
We talking about Kawhi possibly asking for a trade, and which I don't think that's going to happen, but just the whole situation with the Clippers. With Get My Shine On, Mass, we're talking about how Ty Lue's coaching as well.
Got you. I mean, I do agree with y'all. Ty Lue's coaching has been iffy throughout the whole season. I mean, other than the injuries have been a big deal. I think the injuries play like probably 50%. And I don't think they should get rid of Ty Lue because, like you just said, who are they going to find other than another coach than Ty Lue? But I forget what he just said something. He said, "How are you supposed to win a series if you don't have your 2 best players?" Like, and I know it's about the little things, but it's like if you don't have Paul and Kawhi on the court, there's nothing he can do. Like, I understand what he's saying about Devin Booker. Devin Booker is one of the best scorers I've ever seen. So you could put Terrence Mann on him, but he's going to average 27. He's averaging 27 on 45% shooting. Terrence Mann on him or not. So that's not going to affect Devin Booker. So Ty Lue, I mean, yeah, he's been iffy all year. But if you don't have Kawhi and Paul George, he's probably like, I only could do so much. You only could do so much, bro. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, he made some mistakes, but I mean, I can't really blame him for the whole Clipper season because I'm not gonna lie, when Kawhi was healthy, they was gonna beat the Suns. So that's how I feel about that. I'm not gonna lie to you. So it's health. For me, it's health. Number 1 is health, and number 2 is adjustments. Like the adjustments, they could have done way better with the adjustments. Other than that, the Clippers are fine to me. And defense. And yeah, they should have started Robert Covington because he played pretty good defense on Kevin Durant. I think in Game 4 or something like that. I don't know. They should have played him way more minutes. But other than that, Clippers should be fine, bro. That's just me.
Yeah, I feel it. Y'all go ahead. Get My Shine On, and y'all go ahead.
Then the Raptors get rid of Nick Nurse.
Go ahead. I'll let Josh go. My bad. I ain't tripping. Go ahead, Josh. Or whoever's want to go next.
I was just asking, didn't the Raptors get rid of Nick Nurse?
Yeah.
That's a person who's on their radar because he got the championship with Kawhi. The only thing about Nick Nurse I'm concerned with, and I'll let the realists go after this, is will he be able to relate to the Clippers roster? Does he have that edge to him? Or things if they get, like if the Clippers start feeling themselves to Nick Nurse, you know what I'm saying? Change the energy there. I just saw Get My Shine On say they should get Pascal Siakam or go after him.
I agree with that. They should.
I don't know how they gonna get him, but if they can get Pascal, we're giving up Morris, Gordon, and even
True.
possibly Platoon, then I would do that in a heartbeat.
He's a
Because
top
now
five.
you got three
I
guys
say,
now with that championship Raptor team, and you got the coach. I mean, that's pretty much the Raptors in itself. And yeah, so I mean, if they could do that, I don't know how they would, but that would definitely take them to a whole nother level. Which I already think I think they're good enough to win a title now, but adding Pascal to that roster would shit.
Yeah,
I don't know
Pascal
if they can get
Siakam's
that.
Paul George level. Like he's really good. Like I don't know if people watch him, but Pascal Siakam can play defense, and his offensive bag is right there. I'm not with. He's nice, bro. He's nice.
Yeah,
I would
man.
give them Zoo.
I'm not sold on Pascal Siakam, bro. He got
You're
two
tripping,
moves. In and out dribble, which is suspect, and that same old hook shot he do,
He can-
bro.
Eddie,
Defensively, he's okay. None special. But nah, I mean his points are non-impactful. I saw him play in person in Houston to play the Rockets. He was nothing short of disappointing. I mean, so for me, I'm not sold on Pascal Siakam, and he has a big contract. So to get him, you have to give up PG or Kawhi. So I mean, you're not getting Pascal Siakam without giving up Norman Powell, and like Terrence Mann and like half your roster. So that's not gonna happen.
but he's nice, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. He's not a number
He ain't
one,
nice,
bro.
bro. He all right. He cool. He all right.
He's not all right, bro. He's actually a really good player. Bro.
Yeah, he just all right to me.
He's not a number one though. Like he's the number two. He's a solid number two.
Yeah. He's like a good number 3 guy. I agree with that. He's a number
He's
3.
better than. So hold on, you taking Jalen Brunson over Pascal Siakam? I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
definitely not.
Yes, bro. You
I-
think Pascal Siakam could be doing what Brunson's doing right now in postseason, leading his team through his series, being a fourth quarter killer?
Here's my thing. He can give you the same numbers Jalen Brunson's doing and play better defense. You can't say he can't do.
But
He
Brunson's numbers are way more impactful than his, though. I don't care. I don't care about the points. I care about when you score the points and how you score the points, because points and how you score doesn't matter. And so Brunson right now is way more impactful, bro. And I can argue that on his team, who's that point guard? Van Fleet is arguably their best offensive player on their team. I can argue that.
You can say that, man, but it's like Pascal Siakam. It's like first he's a proven champion. I know Kawhi led him to that championship, but he was making some clutch buckets. So we're not going to act like he's not as good.
No, bro. Fred VanVleet and Kyle Lowry was the two other clutch players in that series, bro. Versus 76ers. Pascal Siakam was a no-show, a complete no-show in the finals. He had one good game. Other than that, he was disappointing. And again, Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet.
Right now, I don't know if you watch Pascal. Actually, he's scoring all levels. He can shoot. He has a fadeaway in his bag. He can go to the post. He can shoot the three. He can go to the rack, and he can play defense. You tripping, bro?
Let me go to the realist, man. Hey, the realists want to. The people want to hear you. The realists, they already in the comment section. They want to hear you, bro. What's up, bro?
Man?
What's good?
Hey, man, y'all made some good points. I don't see Lue going nowhere because, like I say, who you gonna replace him with? I don't really trust Nick Nurse like that. I don't think he's a real player coach like that, like Lue would bring to this team. Lue said something that was really true. He said he never lost a series with PG and Kawhi.
Facts.
That's why I don't think they're gonna get rid of him. Because man, I never had my guys to even see if I can win. You know, like you say, man, like Mr. Mass said, man, it's just bad luck, man. It's just bad luck. When it's all said and done, it's bad luck. They getting injured at the wrong time of the year, of the season. You know,
facts.
And what people got to understand too, and and Elder speak on this a lot too. You know, he can talk both sides of the field. He can talk the business side and the fan side. Business wise, you're not getting rid of Kawhi and PG. That's just not good for business. So they not going nowhere because, like I said, the new arena. You just don't get rid of that, man. And I hear what you coming from, BJ, about us winning and bringing a title to the new arena. I mean, that's a good storyline, man, if that can happen. But I think, like I said, it's just it's bad luck, man. We just getting hit with the bad luck because our guys getting injured at the wrong time of the year. Like I told you last Saturday, PG not coming back. I think I said if Kawhi not coming back, PG definitely ain't gonna come back. I told you the organization was lying about the injury. They knew what was going on with Kawhi.
You did
So
say that.
it's just, man, it's business, man. So and I get it. We don't watch basketball for the business side of it. We watch it for the fan side, the sports. So you just got to keep that in mind, man. Like you say, Lawrence Frank saying everything, all the right shit. He said all the right things. So I mean,
guys, with the Nick Nurse thing, that's not a bad idea. I mean, he's familiar with Norman Powell and Kawhi, and Nick Nurse is a way better defensive-minded coach than Tyronn Lue is. And Nick Nurse has a defensive scheme that he can kind of rely on. I will give Toronto credit for being one of the most, defensively sounded teams in our league. I think they led the league in turnovers forced. I mean, they weren't a good overall team, but when it came to defense, the Raptors were pretty damn good because they have size and length. And so Nick Nurse does bring that to the table. And so,
but Lue was a defensive coach. I think Lue got caught up with the league not. But look though, I think the Lue got caught up with the league not playing defense. It's all about offense. So I guess he went away from that and started focusing on offense. Where you see now, look at your top defensive team, the Lakers. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta play defense.
Yeah, but you say he focused on offense. I mean, I couldn't tell either because the Clippers had one of the worst offenses in the league in the entire year.
But you're saying this, bro. What happened in the first round with the Suns? You're saying all this in the regular.
What do you mean? What happened? What do you mean?
What happened when Kawhi was playing Game 1 and Game 2? They even when he was out, they was still holding their own against the Suns. You keep saying they
were tied, bro. When Kawhi played games 1 and 2, they were tied 1-1. That's what happened. The series was tied 1-1. That's what happened.
But you're saying like they had bad offense, like Phoenix blew them out every game, like every game.
That's not what I said, bro. No, bro. That's not what I said. All I said was, which was factually correct. Just look at the numbers.
Right, he's going off the numbers. Right, he's going off the numbers. He's going off.
I mean, why are we debating what the numbers shows, bro?
I mean, the numbers are worst thing, bro. But come on, bro. What is your eyes telling you?
My eyes tell me that their offense is one of the worst in the league. That's what I mean. You don't see what I see?
No, bro.
You don't see one-on-one isolation basketball, shot jacking, quick shooting, bad shot selection. Like, I mean, bro. I mean, no ball, bro. I mean, we said this all year long. No ball movement, no nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Mon's not lying about that. He's not lying about that. Yeah, the offense is kind of bad,
bro. It's not the worst though. Like he's saying, like
it's not the worst, but it wasn't as good. It wasn't as good that it should have been.
I didn't say it was the worst. I said that the Clippers had one of the worst, which was factually correct, man.
It should have been better. Our offense should have been better.
They're missing. So hold up. They was dealing with injury most of the season, right? We're not gonna lie about that. They was in it. Right. Lue made so many lineup changes. Of course, their offense.
And I mentioned that. Down. Listen, and to be fair, I said that the lack of rotation, the lack of guys being inside the line. Listen, ask BJ, bro. When I made this initial argument, I mentioned that in my argument here. But there were still games where PG and Kawhi were playing along with the healthy full team, bro. And it was nothing but isolation, no ball movement, and they were losing to bad teams. Like, I mean, like
I give you that. There was a lot of that, though. I give you that, man. There was a lot of
that's
that.
What I'm saying, bro.
I give you that.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Okay, I understand. I'm thinking like, damn. I'm like, their offense was not that.
I mean, bro, they need more ball movement, bro. Listen, they're too isolated.
Their offense, they have the. This goes to their
Booker, bro. Sorry, Kawhi and PG. They're not Kevin or Devin Booker. They're just not. When it comes to isolation basketball, they're not those two guys. They're different from them. They can't score
that in isolation.
I don't know about that, Maz.
Yeah,
I think PG's a better overall player than Booker, and I think that he's just as efficient as KD. Kawhi is not. Kawhi is the reason why KD, of course, is. I think his variety of ways he can score is better than Kawhi's, but efficiency-wise and the way Kawhi gets his shots and the way defenses, we haven't really seen a defense really shut down Kawhi the way that Boston did KD. I think the fact that Kawhi is a stronger player, I think helps him against more physical defenses. So,
And also with that, BJ, you can kind of rush KD into his game if you notice. That's what Boston was doing. They was kind of rushing him into his shots. With Kawhi, you're not gonna really get that. He play his own pace at most of the time.
Like you're saying, and
So
plus Kawhi was stronger, like he said. Like you can't rush it. You can't rush a dude
right, you can't rush them. Right.
Okay, so when I say Kawhi and PG aren't Devin and Kevin, since Kevin Durant joined because see, I'm gonna give you guys the facts. Okay, when Kevin Durant joined the Phoenix Suns, fellas, they had the best offense in the league. Point period blank. They were the best efficient offenses of all time with Kevin, Devin, Booker. PG and Kawhi ain't never had that.
I didn't know that,
bro. Just look. Hey Barnes, just look.
I didn't know that
go towards? Doesn't that go towards?
They also were playing bottom feeders too. So
I believe you, Mr. Maz. I just didn't know that. That's actually kind of crazy.
But doesn't that go towards?
We've never seen Kawhi Leonard do this before. I saw Kawhi Leonard drop 2 points in a game 7 in the fourth quarter. So,
but we're talking about so you're talking about a core. I'm talking about an entire series. Throughout till game 7, that's why
last year full series, BJ.
Those 4 games, against, and then also, that was a 4-game series. They got swept. Like he was very uncomfortable throughout that entire series.
Yeah.
So it was Kawhi in the bubble up until game 7, and you said the fourth quarter. Like, so what was going on before all that? Those first 6 games. What was
game 5 and game 6? Kawhi and PG was lights out. There was one game PG actually had, I think, like 30-something points, like 6 assists, like 6 rebounds. He had like 5 steals, and he had like 2 blocks. And that was game 5 or game 6. Okay. Both of them in game 5 and game 6, both of them was lights out, and Doc Rivers still lost the game. And Denver, and this ain't an opinion from any of us. What Denver Nuggets said when that series was over is we kept waiting every single game for Doc Rivers to put Lou Williams, Landry Shamet, and Reggie Jackson on the court at one time. And when he did that, we went to work and took over. And they admitted that out loud. So that's got nothing to do with nothing. Kawhi did have a bad fourth quarter, but his main job was to shut down jokers, and he locked down jokers to 16 points that game. But Doc Rivers. But Doc Rivers had Patrick Beverly on the bench with Reggie Jackson and Lou Williams guarding Jamal Murray, and that's how Jamal Murray got his 40 points. When we want to hash on players, it's like Steve Nash. Steve Nash was trash. They got rid of him, and Brooklyn still made a 6 seed over there. Coaching matters, so we can't ignore stupidity.
I'm glad you said that, bro, because Patty Mills and Seth Curry at times were guarding Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, right? And so last year,
Steve Nash was terrible.
Kevin Durant, bro, and for the record, Kevin Durant scored 43 points in Game 4. They lost the game, so it doesn't matter. So if Kawhi was awesome in Games 5, 6. Who cares? They lost the game. He didn't do enough when it mattered the most. And in game 7, in the biggest game, he wet the bed, just like KD wet the bed, bro. I'm not finna sit here and try to say who lost worse. They both lost.
I think the thing where we push back, I push back is when you say that Kevin Durant and Book aren't KD, or Kawhi and PG aren't KD and Book, which I totally disagree with. On offense, I totally disagree with that.
Hey, BJ or Mass, when y'all answer this question, who was the better scorer when Kawhi, Serge Ibaka, and Zubac was out and Paul George lost in 6 games to Phoenix? Who was the better scorer in that series?
You talking about 2021?
Wasn't Paul George?
Yeah, when Serge Ibaka, Zubac, and Kawhi was out and they took Phoenix to game 6. Only Paul George.
PG was the best player in that series. I mean, we all know that.
So PG outdid Booker that series. And we got to stop acting like Booker is somebody because Ty Lue made it. Ty Lue had Cam Thomas score 50 points in the game, and the dude got benched and never played for. He hardly barely plays for Brooklyn anymore. Ty Lue did this.
Hold on, Barnes. Hey, fellas. I mean, if I'm not mistaken here, that same series in 2021 that you're talking about with Paul George without Kawhi Leonard, the Suns were up 2-0 without Chris Paul. Devin dropped a 40-point triple-double in game 1, and he won game 2, right? And PG wet the bed in game 2, missing free throws.
I give you that. He did.
And so Devin Booker was up 2-0 without Chris Paul.
Yeah, that with that alley-oop at the buzzer, they won that game. Yeah,
and that was lucky.
That's for sure.
I'm not gonna lie, that was lucky. We know that. I mean, and listen, bro.
And that was bad coaching. Why was Zubac not standing under the rim? Why was he chasing Ayton around with 0.3 seconds on the clock? That's
Also,
enough.
too, bro.
That's military. I mean, excuse me. That's elementary. That's elementary coaching,
I
bro. Like,
agree.
who does that? 0.3 seconds. They have no time to get a shot off. Why is the center, 7-foot center, chasing Ayton on a back screen on Batum and not under the rim?
That was a very bad play, bro. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I think y'all kind of underestimate. I'm not saying Devin Booker is better than Paul George. I think Paul George is better, but I think you guys are kind of underestimating Devin Booker, bro. He's one of the best scorers we've ever seen.
What I'm doing with Devin Booker, like, listen, this is what Devin Booker is. People got on the Devin Booker train after the comparison to Kobe Bryant. That's when the whole Devin Booker train came apart.
Got you.
That's when everybody got big on Devin Booker. This guy's never made it to the playoffs until he got Chris Paul. Look at those records his first 5 seasons. Devin Booker offensively, yes, is a great scorer, but you're comparing it to a dude in Paul George throughout his entire career who's never missed the playoffs when he was healthy. He was an MVP candidate who is an overall. I was confused on how D Book got on Paul George's level when he doesn't have any of the accolades that Paul George. He doesn't have any of the playoff runs outside of when Devin Booker had that one season with Chris Paul. He has not had the accolades nor the tenure. It's disrespectful to compare this guy, Devin Booker, to Paul George. It's disrespectful.
But are we comparing Devin Booker to Paul George's legacy, or are we saying?
No, I'm saying as a player, he's a better player. Paul George is an overall better player than Devin Booker.
Okay, so BJ, you just said that Devin Booker is a good scorer, but we can't ignore that Devin was damn near averaging 8 assists for the series versus you guys, bro. So Devin rebounds, he play makes, and he scores. He's more, bro. Booker is way more than just a scorer.
So what are you talking about? 2020? No, I'm saying 2021. Paul George led that series in points, rebounds, and assists.
And he lost. So
but you can't keep saying he lost. But I'm talking about who's the better. But who's the better player? I'm telling you, it's disrespectful to compare Devin Booker to Paul George. It's disrespectful. He hasn't done anything. He has not done any. And then we saw last year he blew that in 7 games against Luka Doncic. We giving him all this. It's just like Patrick Beverly said. It's just like Patrick Beverly said. He said, you guys are giving him all this when he's had one playoff run in 7 years.
Patrick Beverly had Booker running, bro.
So I'm saying right now, BJ, I'm not saying that Booker has a better legacy or career. I'm saying as of today, I think Booker's a better player today. That's what I'm saying.
Man.
How is PG better? I mean, they both scored.
The only reason that we can make that is because PG got hurt. There is no way as a basketball player, Devin Booker is not better than Paul George. Paul George is a better player. Anybody, there's no way you can compare a Devin Booker who's 6'5", who doesn't play on the same level as Paul George two-way, who's 4 inches shorter.
What does that mean, bro?
It means all those measurements mean something. Measurements. He's a better player, bro.
Here's my thing, Mr. Maz.
Is Paul George better than Kyrie Irving? Is Paul George better than?
Yes, I think so.
Yes,
I think so.
Yes, he's better than Kyrie Irving, bro.
Two-way player.
Kyrie.
How do you determine better?
Wait, hold on, Mr. Maz.
Hey, Kyrie was damn near the worst player on the Celtics team in the playoffs just not too many years ago.
Yeah, but
bro, they were the number 1 seed before Kyrie got hurt, man. 22, like what do you come on?
Oh, Kyrie's really good.
When the playoffs got there, Kyrie went to bed all series long. Dude was like 3 for 17 a couple times.
Okay, hold on, bro.
What are you talking about?
Seen PG. We've seen Paul George get beat by a rookie in Donovan Mitchell in the first round.
I give you that. He did.
What are you talking about right now?
We also seen PG. We also seen PG take a prime Miami Heat team. We also seen PG took a prime Miami Heat team as a number 1 option on the. He did have a bad series against the Utah Jazz. We also seen PG in situations against actual dynasty teams where he's performed well. So I'm not even talking about legs. I'm just talking about as a basketball player. Paul George is a better basketball overall player than Devin Booker.
Here's my thing, Mr. Maz. Paul George, Devin Booker's the better scorer. I give you that. Paul George is a better defender. Paul George can rebound the ball better, and Paul George is a better playmaker.
That's
what I honestly think. Now, Devin Booker can pass, but is he a better rebounder? Is he a better defender? I can't really say that. He's better.
Did you guys know?
He's stronger mentally.
Bro, did you know when the Heat played the Pacers, what BJ just said? Because BJ just said he led them versus the Miami Heat and lost in the conference finals. Ask BJ who led that team in scoring. Wasn't it Roy Hibbert? It wasn't PG. It was Roy Hibbert.
It depends on what year you're talking about. Because the 1 year, Roy Hibbert averaged 1 year. Roy Hibbert averaged 7 points in the whole damn series.
Yes, I know. 1 year it was PG.
So don't just pick one series. Talk about the whole thing.
Hold on, did he do that?
1 year it was PG.
I know my history, so we ain't gonna be able to squeak on one timers in there.
We agree on that. 1 year it was Roy Hibbert, and the other year it was Paul George.
What year was that?
And you can't bash a rookie Paul George versus 4 Hall of Famers on the Heat. Like, how can you even judge that?
Yeah, he wasn't rookie.
That's not even a fair argument.
But though. So basically, you going off the numbers, the stats.
No. Hold on, bro. He just asked me, how can I judge PG versus Hall of Famers? So then, how can I judge PG, Carmelo, and Westbrook versus a rookie? Then answer that question. How can we judge that?
What series are we talking about?
When he lost in the first round to a rookie, and he had Carmelo Anthony, Hall of Famer, Westbrook, Hall of Famer, himself, Hall of Famer, and he lost to a rookie in 6 games.
Man, I give you that was a complete.
You gonna make me piss all the Westbrook fans off, bro. Because Westbrook was shooting air ball after air ball like under 60 seconds.
Oh, now we blaming Westbrook. Okay, cool. All right.
I mean, they was winning the game. They was winning the game until he started shooting air balls.
So
he shot like 2 or 3 of them things back to back.
So PG ain't got nothing to do with
that. But PG also averaged, I think, like 28, 29, or 30 that series as well.
No, Mr. Mass is right, bro. Paul George folded the series just like how Devin Booker folded that Mavs series. I give you that. They both had those L's.
Well, they both had bad series.
I think that's how we got off track. When I came back in the chat, y'all was talking about who the better scorer was, and all I said was I'm willing to bet anybody live in person or in this chat anywhere. If you think Devin Booker's hanging 40 3 times on another coach in any of these series, I'm willing to bet against you.
Here's my thing, bro, but it's different when Kevin Durant's it's different when Kevin Durant's
I'm betting with Kevin Durant he's on the team. I'm still doing it.
Do you make Devin Booker score 40 or Kevin Durant score 40?
Stop him like that.
That's my argument. Whoever's talking that was my argument against Tyronn Lue. He never made He never made KD go get 40. He kept letting the same dude do this. Now, if KD gets 40 and they split the stuff up back to 3 games, Booker 3, hey, then you tip your cap.
You know, Devin Booker doesn't like it.
My phone died, so I'm on a computer laptop. But the last thing I heard Mass say that BJ said in Indiana series that Paul George, like, what was you? I didn't hear that, bro. Say that again.
My bad, BJ. I was telling yourself and Get My Shine on that. Because you mentioned that PG led them, versus that historic dynasty, the Miami Heat. And I was saying that they played them 2 times within that run, right? And PG led them in scoring 1 year versus that team. And then Roy Hibbert led them in scoring, one of those 2 years as well. So it's not like PG was just a clear-cut better player in those series. Like Roy Hibbert was the best rim protector and best offensive player in that series. That's all I'm saying.
So that was I know I hear you on that. So do you know that they actually had to sub Roy Hibbert out because he could not guard in that series against Chris Bosh?
Yeah, because I think the very next year Hibbert averaged like 7 points. So you're right. Hibbert was bad the very next year. I agree. We agree on that. I can't argue that he was.
Let me ask you this: let's say because you brought up Roy Hibbert averaging 22. So let's say Chris Paul gets over there, and we're speaking back in history. So we're not speaking with KD on the team. We're speaking with Chris Paul. So Chris Paul goes in a series and averages 7 points. Booker getting Phoenix to the conference finals? Because Paul George has been to 3 Western Conference Finals, and none of those 3 was with Kawhi on the court.
Good question, bro. But again, you asked that question. And again, bro, like you said, I know my history as well. On those Pacers team, bro, they had PG and Roy Hibbert, but they also had other guys who can score as well.
I think Granger was out 1 year as well.
I'm not, bro. I didn't mention Danny Granger. I said they still had like a 17 and 10 guy within David West. And that time, David West was giving you guys was giving buckets. So even though Hibbert was giving you 7 points a game, he had other guys to step up to help him with the scoring, like a David West, an all-star.
So who had to guard LeBron James and D Wade?
Paul George and go ahead.
Paul George had to guard one of them.
Lance Stevenson.
If Booker's going to get to conference finals, which player is he going to guard?
You said Devin Booker?
If we're talking about Devin Booker doing what Paul George does, because when Paul George was making those Eastern Conference Finals, he was having to guard down LeBron. Let me know when Booker guards a superstar all series long. All series long.
Bro, I'm not arguing that. Listen, PG had to guard D-Wade, LeBron. Lance Stevenson guarded D-Wade and LeBron. Again, bro, Booker can't help when he plays. Like, Booker wasn't playing back then, so he can't help that. Booker's not playing a 2013 prime LeBron James. He's not. So I mean, we can't go back in time and say what if.
Okay, so let's switch to his conference. Which conference is he guarding the best player and hanging 25 or 30?
Hold on, let me get Bruce in real quick, and then I'll let y'all go back with each other. Bruce, what's good, Bruce?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning or good afternoon.
What's good, Bruce?
What's up, Bruce? What's up?
Yeah, with all the respect, man, we need to stop allowing Mr. Mass to say all those BS, man. We need to say all those BS.
I know.
We ain't allowed until we give him the pushback.
Man, every time somebody play with KD, the guy is a great player. Booker is like the best player of all time now because
Never said that, Bruce. Never said that, Bruce.
Because he's getting one-on-one coverage, right? And I hope PG had when PG was 26. I hope he had Chris Paul, on his team. I mean, when he was facing Miami, he was like 23, 22, right? And he was doing this. Was Devin Booker doing that? The guy doesn't even care about defense. Paul George messed up his body playing defense as well.
That's facts.
Right?
Hey, we're going to see how good everybody talks about Booker's defense this series. What I'm saying is everybody looks like a Hall of Fame all-world player every time they get on the court versus Ty Rivers.
Okay,
even Cam Thomas, bro, was lighting these people up, bro.
Get my shine, bro. Y'all mad at me, but Clipper fans told me, bro, that Eric. Listen, hear me out, please, just real quick. They told me before the series started that there's no. Listen, they told me that there's no way in hell that Devin Booker's going to do what he did. Right? That's what they told me. Right? 2 weeks ago, they said
when was Kawhi healthy? Was Kawhi healthy?
Bro, they told me
when
that
we said that was Kawhi healthy.
Hold on, Bruce. They told me that Eric Gordon and Terrence Mann can guard Devin Booker. That's what they told me. So now all of a sudden,
I'm still saying that, but I always put context into my stuff. Terrence Mann's got to start.
Booker's got 40 points versus Terrence Mann one-on-one. Well, y'all said Terrence Mann can guard this guy. He can't guard him.
Here's my thing, Mr. Mann.
He will guard him better than every other option we got, and he won't see 40 points.
Y'all don't. Did y'all watch the games?
Yeah. Devin Booker.
Hold on.
Devin Booker using all those screens.
He started against Phoenix about 2 months ago, and Booker was 6 for 19. So, I mean.
Hold up, man. If it's a one-on-one situation, bro, Devin Booker.
How about this postseason, though, bro? Don't bring up 2 weeks ago. How about these last 4 games? Tell me what Booker did these last 4 games.
And I got context. I got context with all my statements. I've always said, do not judge a defender when he comes in and has to guard a scorching hot scorer in the middle of a game, a.k.a. Kawhi Leonard having to guard Jamal Murray after Doc Rivers allowed Lou Shamet, Reggie, and Lou Williams, Reggie Jackson, all them boys, they allowed Murray to get hot in Game 7, and Kawhi couldn't even stop him. That's how important context is. And you never hear me say T-Man's going to come in when Booker's already got 20 in the first quarter and cool him off. You've never heard me say that. I've always put context with my stuff. I said start T-Man out the gate, and then let's see what happens.
He did say that. He did say that.
Since when do we give our defensive players like MJ Scotty, Kawhi, Bruce Bowen, Tony Allen, Tim bro, I mean, those guys don't get that type of excuse to say a guy is scorching hot. And bro, if you play defense, you play defense.
Yeah, because they start. It's the same way Phoenix took Torrey Craig off the bench and made him a starter immetly. They didn't wait till Kawhi had 30, 40 points a game and bring Craig in. They started Craig game 1.
Hold up.
Play no goddamn defense, man.
I'm not saying Torrey Craig did anything. All I'm saying is it was the coaching philosophy, which I'm speaking on. We talking about Ty Lue, right? Ty is not putting the best defenders. Bro, Scottie Pippen didn't come in the game and guard Larry Bird or anybody else in the middle of the second quarter after they already got 30. That's not what made Scottie a good defender. that he starts out the gate on them. That way
You
they
started
don't
watching
get
Magic
20
Johnson.
points in one quarter. Booker did that. Booker did that how many times in the series? I think it was the first quarter, the third quarter, and it was something else. He had 20 points on the starters before T-Man even gets in the game.
Okay, cool, bro. I got you, man. But don't we have in this new era specialists? And if a guy's known to play defense, that's what you do. Like, hot or not, bro, I rely on Terrence Mann to play defense. I don't give a fuck what's going on. Who's hot, bro? If he's hot, then cool him off. You're Terrence Mann. Play your defense, right? What are we talking about, man? Why are we giving Terrence Mann a pass for it? He can't guard the guy, period.
I do agree with Mr. Maz, bro. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Crazy, bro.
Situation,
What
Devin
are we
Booker
doing right now, man?
Devin Booker's winning a one-on-one situation. That's what he does. Devin Booker is a one-on-one scorer. It's like saying, can you stop Kyrie? You're not going to stop Devin Booker. That's not the problem. I think the problem is what you just said, bro. Double teaming Devin Booker, make Kevin Durant score 40. Because Terrence Mann on Devin Booker or not, you're not stopping Devin Booker, bro. He's one of the best one-on-one scorers I've ever seen, bro. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, Devin Booker can give it to you any type of way, bro. So I'm not, like, Terrence Mann's not stopping that. The problem is show different coverages to Devin Booker. That's the problem, bro. Like, you got to, like you said, double him and make Kevin Durant beat you. Make him beat you off of injured. Then he just injure his ankle. Make Kevin Durant score 40 every night. Not Devin Booker. He does that, bro. He is a one-on-one scorer. Devin Booker is a beast at that. He hates being double teamed. He said that himself. He said he said he doesn't like double teams, bro. So I mean, Great point. What happened? Dallas Mavericks. You seen it? The coach for the Dallas Mavericks. What he kept saying? Double. They double Devin Booker like. I think for like 3 games straight, like in game 5, like he don't like double teams, bro. But you give Devin Booker that 1-on-1, he's gonna cook you every time, bro. He's gonna give you the midi, he's gonna drive on you, he's gonna shoot the 3. Like that's what Devin Booker. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. He is a scorer. I can't even get mad at that, bro. He's a beast.
Right, like Terrence Mann.
Terrence Mann's not stopping that, bro.
Right,
but,
bro. Terrence Mann ain't Scottie Pippen. He ain't Bruce Bowen. He ain't bro. Terrence Mann is a role player, right? Point, period, blank. Okay, he's a role player. And by the way, without Kevin Durant there 3 years ago, right, when it was just Devin Booker without Chris Paul, he was up 2-0. He got 3 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists on Terrence Mann's head. What are we talking about, man? Y'all just gonna ignore the numbers and facts? Stop doing that, man.
It's not even the numbers, man. Devin Booker's just a one-on-one scorer, bro. But that's what he does, bro.
Without Chris Paul, Chris Paul was not playing.
You don't know that, Bruce? Bro, yeah, Chris Paul missed games 1 and 2. You didn't know that? I thought you knew the NBA, bro. Did you not know that?
No, he did. He definitely did, though, bro.
Oh, Bruce didn't know that, bro. That's why I asked the question. He didn't play, bro.
I think he was out for like COVID or something like that.
I don't know. He didn't play. And listen, Bruce coming here all high and mighty and shit like he know basketball, but I had no clue that Devin Booker played without Chris Paul in games 1 and 2. You didn't know that, Bruce?
No, I'm just tired of your BS, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm tired of you not knowing basketball, bro.
Oh my God,
bro! If you're gonna debate me, Bruce, have your facts in order, man. That
debate you. I don't need to debate BS, man. All you're saying is debate and saying BS because you love KD, man. That's all you do.
I didn't say BS, Bruce. I just said that Devin Booker killed Terrence Mann and Eric Gordon, and they can't guard him. That's all I said.
No, you said Devin Booker is better than Paul George. That's the BS I'm saying.
Bro, that's just my opinion. I'm entitled to that.
I don't agree with that.
In my opinion, you're saying BS about that.
Listen,
did I say you don't know basketball? Did I question your basketball knowledge? No, you went there. But if you want to go there, we can go there. Well, but I didn't say your basketball knowledge was not good.
Paul missed games 1 and 2. I mean, come on now. Anyways, I've seen Paul George say that he couldn't even sleep for 2 weeks because he had a mental breakdown, hit the side of the backboard, had a mental breakdown, bro. He got cooked by Dame Lillard, right? At the buzzer, cooked him the whole series. CJ McCollum cooked him the whole series. Donovan Mitchell, a rookie, cooked him the whole series, bro. Like, y'all act like Paul George is just this dude. He's not. He's mentally weak.
What has to do with him, with Devin Booker being better than him? What has to do with that?
You don't think that matters?
Devin Booker is mentally stronger than Paul George. I give you that.
Devin Booker was mentally strong when he lost at home to Luka?
Oh, my God.
Was he mentally strong?
Was he what?
That's a good point, bro.
Was he mentally strong that day when he lost Game 7 against Luka at home?
Who's had more mentally big moments, Devin or
was he mentally strong when he was leading 2-0 against the Bucks in the finals? Was he mentally strong?
No, he was not. No, listen. That one game, Devin Booker was mentally weak. I'm gonna give you that. But again, Paul George has had more mentally weak moments than Booker's have had.
Hold up.
Yeah,
I
because
want
he's
to.
older. He's 32. He's been there longer.
Hold up. I'm not gonna say Devin Booker was mentally weak. They was doubling and tripling.
No, he was, bro. No, he was, bro. Booker
And
talked all
man,
that shit.
I seen that defense on Devin Booker, bro. They was making him. They damn near played like the Boston played defense on
Durant.
bro. They was putting 3 dudes on Devin Booker in the post. I mean, in the midsection in the court, like he couldn't.
Have you ever seen Devin Booker in a big game 7, like shoot the ball off the shot clock, side the backboard, say you can't see for 2
No,
weeks?
Hey, man,
we saw him losing game 7.
Comfortable like that, bro.
We saw him losing game 7. That's what we saw.
Kawhi had moments like that before. I'm not gonna call him mentally weak. He just the defense is just the defense.
No, bro. Paul George said that in the bubble he couldn't see for 2 weeks. He had a mental breakdown. This is what Paul George said, bro.
Yeah, I'm not questioning somebody mental.
I'm quoting what he said, bro.
The bubble wasn't comfortable for nobody though. Paul George, a lot of players, he might have said that, bro. A lot of players felt like what he felt like. I'm not saying
he was mentally. Listen, bro, he was mentally just fine versus Dallas. The first series, he had no issue sleeping then. But then when you get your ass kicked and you went to bed, now you're blaming it on mentally. Man, stop this nonsense, man.
Yeah, okay.
That shit crazy, bro.
In the bubble though, I'll tell you that they didn't want to be in the bubble. So I don't. That whole bubble situation is different though, bro. But other than, I mean, come on, bro. I mean, everyone has their opinion. I think Paul George is better than Devin.
Yeah, and I respect that, bro. Listen,
close.
I'm not saying that Devin is like clear cut better. I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying right now, as of today, I'm taking Devin Booker.
I can give you that right now.
And Booker is way more than.
Yeah, I mean, when you have KD, you're gonna take him, of course.
And okay, and fucking PG has Kawhi Leonard. So what's your point?
Is Kawhi playing?
And PG has Kawhi Leonard.
Is Kawhi playing?
What's your point?
Hold up. The real question is, who's better?
What's
Devin
my
Booker?
point? One is healthy, one is not.
What's
That's my
Kawhi playing? Hold on. Was Kawhi playing and was KD playing? Alessandro up 2-0 and Booker was up 2-0, dropping 40-piece triple doubles on PG's head?
No, if Kawhi's healthy, PG was healthy, there's no way Suns winning the series. That's the point.
Yeah, I know.
The real question is Devin Booker better than Mitchell? Is he better than De'Aaron Fox? That's his competition right now.
Yeah, I think Devin Booker is better than Mitchell.
I mean, like those players right there.
We cannot say Mitchell. Devin Booker is better than Mitchell. I'll give you that.
But yes, he's better than Fox and Mitchell, yes.
That's close. Is he better than De'Aaron Fox? Like De'Aaron Fox is nice out here, man.
Yes.
No, he's not better than De'Aaron Fox.
Yes.
That's a good argument though. That's his pick.
Hold on. Y'all questioning so De'Aaron Fox is on PG's level?
No. That's what I'm saying. Like
Devin Booker is not on PG level. So like
PG and because PG and Booker are like comparable. So now we're saying like De'Aaron Fox.
They're not the same.
We're saying that De'Aaron Fox is better than Devin Booker now?
Yes.
No. I'm just saying that's the conversation.
Hey, y'all question my basketball acumen. Come on, man.
No. I think those are
Nobody question you about. You're questioning yourself.
Or you can say this. You can compare Devin Booker to Jaylen Brown since they're both shooting guards. Who's better out of them two?
Yeah, bro. That's a better comparison. But De'Aaron Fox,
I might take Jaylen Brown over Devin Booker.
De'Aaron Fox to Devin Booker.
We're gonna hear when if the Kings beat the Warriors tomorrow, we're gonna hear Fox is better than Curry.
He's not better than. Fox ain't better than Curry though.
So if the Kings beat the Warriors, then so what? So that means Bruce that you got Fox better than Steph Curry.
No, I do not. I said we're gonna hear. I didn't say I'm gonna say it. I still believe Curry is better, but we're gonna hear people say Fox is better than Curry.
Okay, and so what?
But you can't lie, Mr. Mess. Fox is getting up there though. I'm not saying he's better than Devin Booker.
Listen, Fox is coming. He's a fucking damn good player, but he's not Devin Booker yet. He's not PG.
I agree with you.
That's all I'm saying, man. But Bruce thinks that De'Aaron Fox right now is better
than Devin Booker.
Oh my God! Wow.
I'll say this: it's a conversation to be had, though. But I like the Jaylen Brown and Devin Booker. Like I think, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of like Jaylen Brown over Devin Booker. That's just me. I mean,
well, Jaylen Brown is a better two-way player, and so anytime a guy plays both sides of the court, I'm always gonna go with that guy.
But Devin Booker, I'll say this: he has his defense on his defense. I mean, for the Clippers, he played pretty good.
Devin has been fighting on defense, bro, and then too. We can't lie here. Devin is more than just a scorer. Like he rebounds and he playmakes.
Well, now he is. I give you that. Now he is. But at his best, at Devin Booker's best, he's a one-on-one scorer.
Hey, bro. When I just said that, Bruce made a sound. Hey, Bruce, can you pull up Devin Booker's stats, bro, for the series versus the Clippers? Rebounds and assists. You'll be.
I don't do stats. I don't do stats.
Yeah, you'll be highly surprised, Bruce. Stop it,
Devin
man.
Booker has the
You
best
guys
passer
look at
in the
numbers.
playoffs right now, bro.
Stats lie. Stats
So-
lie.
So you think okay? So you think Devin is just a scorer?
Yes, that's all he does.
At
That's
his
all he
best,
does is just score. See, told you.
he's not just a scorer, Mr. Maz, but at his
Oh
best,
my
he's
God.
a scorer
All
at
That's all
best.
he does.
All
Stats.
right, man.
That's what he does. He just want him. I mean, he's at his best. He's a 1-on-1 scorer. He can do more, of course he can. But at his
No,
best,
he does more. No. He does more. That's the
Yeah.
thing, though. He can do. He
Okay.
does.
I give
more.
you that. He playmakes. I mean,
Oh, look at Devin Booker's career points, assists, and rebounds. You're gonna be surprised by the numbers, fellas.
Yeah,
You're gonna
because they were inflated since Chris Paul came on the team. They have been inflated.
look at Devin Booker's numbers before Chris Paul got there, Bruce. You don't know
A lot of
basketball,
points. A lot
man.
of points.
You don't know that, bro. Assists
A
and
lot of
rebounds
points.
as well. You don't
A
know
lot of
basketball,
points.
Bruce.
What about assists and rebounds?
Go
before
look
Chris
at
Paul?
it, Bruce. Go look at it.
He did. Just say
Before
Above-
Chris
before
got there,
Chris
just go
Paul.
look at it.
Yeah.
What are you arguing for, bro? You don't know basketball? Go look
Here's
at it.
my thing, though. I think Devin Booker at best. I think he's your second best player on the championship team. I don't think he's your number one. That's my thing.
I ain't mad about that.
I give you that. Like he's more like that's why I kind of like push him toward.
And
the
what's
championship.
PG?
Like
And what's
he
PG?
should.
That's number 2, right?
PJ's he's a number. Yeah, I give you that. Yeah, I give you that. Yeah, they're both in that
No,
tier.
PG can't be number 1.
Like-
yeah, that we do know.
Yeah, no, his mental. Not with that
Correct. Yeah,
mentality.
there you go. Yep, you're right. There you go.
No.
Yeah, his mental.
Devin Booker cannot be a number one. So
We just said that. We
said
agree.
that,
We agree. Devin
That's it,
Booker,
man. We
Paul
said that.
George, Jalen Brown. You know what I'm saying? All in the same number 2 tiers. Like they can be a number 2, your best number 2 on the team. Like I give you that. Borderline. I know you don't like Mr. Maz. Pascal Siakam. I think he can get there. I'm not saying he is there, but he can.
Pascal Siakam cannot be your number 2. He's like a 3.
All right, I disagree with you, but I
What?
disagree.
Pascal Siakam cannot be a 2. He choked many times when
Mr. Maz
Kawhi
did
was
say that
in Toronto.
himself.
No.
I disagree. But
Yeah,
Pascal
I'm not
Siakam is
sold
like a
on
3.
Pascal
He
Siakam.
cannot be a 2 or 1.
I'm not so
No.
much sold on Pascal Siakam. His game is. It's just me. So
You're gonna be disappointed if you rely on Siakam as your 2 or 1. You're in trouble, bro.
not 1. He's definitely not your 1. I'm not saying he's your 1. I think at
He's
best,
not a 2. He's
I'm
not a
thinking
2
at best
either.
he could be your number 2. I'm not saying
Was
he's
he a
I
2 in
think at best,
2019? Was he the second option in
He was
2019?
the third option. He was the third option.
Who was second?
I think like
Was
you
it
said,
Kyle
man.
Lowry or Fred VanVleet?
Damn, he might have been the 4th option.
Well, you know what? I think it varied game to game because some games
I
he
give
was-
you all that. Like I'm saying,
was-
like from what I see from Pascal Siakam, like I know he can. His game has gotten way better, and I
Right.
just see like the
Yeah,
dimensions of his game.
his mental has not got
It's not his mental's not that bad.
Sounds
bro.
like
Act
Paul
he,
George. Yeah, Paul George mental
times,
ain't
bro.
got better either. Yep, you're right. Sounds like Paul George.
Damn, y'all might be right, man. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. I think he at best he could be a number 2.
One of the reasons Raptors been losing is because of Siakam. Because he's not,
in some games, yeah, I would like
some
he's not
games,
taking over.
most games.
Well,
Yeah.
they ain't got no star players over there. I mean, once Kawhi left, we kind of knew that it was going to go this route. I
Yeah,
mean,
went straight downhill.
yeah. I mean, they're
Shit.
like they're not a bad team, but they're just not like they don't have enough to win games.
Yeah,
But all of the story is this, though, bro. I mean, like I don't think there's a defense unless you trap and blitz Booker. If he plays anybody, and I mean anybody 1-on-1, he's gonna drop 35, 40 points.
Yeah, okay, that's a lie.
no, bro, he's not.
That's the other
I'm
BS.
lying on that, bro. He's the best. He's one of the best 1-on-1 scorers I've ever seen,
Hey.
man.
And
What?
Bruce, Bruce just
No.
said that's a lie. But in this past series, though, he got played 1-on-1 and dropped 40
He's-
points, I think, 2 or
He's a
3 times.
1-on-1 scorer, bro.
What are you
That's what
talking
he
about,
does. He's a
What are you
1-on-1
talking
scorer.
about?
Yeah, okay.
He can post
What are
you
you
up. I'm
talking
not
about,
saying he's the
man?
best post up, man. He can
Yeah.
shoot a
Not
fade.
watching the
He can shoot a
series.
mid range. He can shoot the 3. He can go to the rack.
Right.
He can dunk.
I
if he
don't think
wanted
he's
to. I'm
doing
not
that
saying he is.
to what's the Lakers defender they just acquired?
Who?
Oh,
You don't know?
Vanderbilt,
You
Vando.
don't know?
Yeah,
You tell us.
What about him?
I don't think
You know
Devin
what,
Booker does
man?
that
You know
on-
what? I say this, man, and I really hate to admit it. Booker is bad, man. He is a bad dude.
Yeah.
So I gotta agree with that with today's style too. And plus, I feel like where you gotta kind of agree with Mr. Mass is because of how he can get inside the paint so easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
See, he
because
he don't
they're
shoot.
well-
Say it again.
because everybody's watching KD.
Right. I
give you that, man. I give you that.
But that's still, you still can't take away what he gonna do though.
Yeah, no.
So that's all Mr. Man's saying. What's gonna happen?
No, that's not
all
what he's saying. He's saying that Devin Booker is carrying the Suns. That's why he's trying to apply.
That's not what I said. Bruce, bro, I never said that. What are you talking about, man?
The way you're talking like Devin Booker is unstoppable and nobody can stop him.
If it's one-on-one situation, he is unstoppable.
Excuse me, sir. If you play Devin Booker one-on-one, he's unstoppable. Yes, I did.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Hey, Bruce, I'll say this, bro. Devin Booker's the alpha on that team right now.
What's wrong with
you? He's the alpha on that team.
If when Kawhi was guarding him, how come he was asking for the pick all the time?
It's a pick and roll league. That's why.
He's smart.
Yeah.
That's why.
I get what you're coming from, right? I mean, that's really all it is, man. I'm gonna play to my advantage.
Right.
That's all it is. So, I mean, Booker know if Kawhi guard me, yes, it's gonna be more harder for him to score. Yeah. So if I can call for a pick or a screen, why not do it?
Smart.
So
man.
I mean, that's just what it is, man. So. But yeah, Booker, the way he plays and how he get inside that paint, that's what makes him being able to put up 40, 35 more easier because of how he plays. Yep. So yeah.
His mental outlook, bro. He's just a one-on-one scorer. He's your Kyrie Irving. He's gonna give you a bucket, bro. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
See, I can see Bruce. Hey, Bruce, I know what it is. See, you don't like Booker because, like I said, all the front running he do and all. So
I know what he means.
Right, that's what it is. Because I really don't care for him, but I mean, you still gotta admit. Yeah, I mean, he can't
doing that pick and roll with Zubac. Zubac is terrible on drop coverage. Yes, of course,
that's a part of the game, though. That's a part of the game.
Devin Booker wasn't hold on, but Devin Booker was not scoring all his points on drop coverage, though, Bruce. He scored it in every way possible. So
yeah, okay,
he's right about that, bro. But
is that a lie, Bruce? Is that a lie, Bruce?
Is that a lie?
You just don't put.
I didn't say it was a lie. I mean, it's the truth when KD is on the team.
Oh my God!
He dropped 40 points without KD and Chris Paul versus the Clippers. So, what's your point, Bruce?
When was that?
In Game 1, when he was up 2-0 versus the Clippers. You don't know, Bruce.
Without Chris Paul?
Yes, without Chris Paul, bro.
What,
you don't know
this year or 2021?
In the conference finals, Bruce. You don't know this?
Mr. Man, just tell him in 2021 that you just don't drop back-to-back 40 points.
Oh man, this
games, bro. Not be a scorer. He did it in the finals. Devin Booker is a scorer.
Wow.
He did it in the finals. He dropped 40 points back-to-back.
You talking basketball, fellas, and you don't know your basketball shit.
Knowing basketball is knowing stats. Okay, all right.
Fuck the stats. I watched Devin Booker. He can, bro. He's just
knowing basketball is knowing how many points somebody score. Okay. That's basketball.
Hold up. Okay, man. Damn, bro. I'm not saying he's the best ever, but we ain't gonna act like he ain't a one-on-one scorer, bro. Like he is, and he's clutch. So it's like I'll say this. He's clutch. He's a better offensive Klay Thompson.
He's clutch. Okay. He's clutch.
He is you're not gonna say he's clutch?
No, he was not clutch last year. He was not clutch in the final. How is that clutch?
Everyone has their moments, man.
Oh, everyone has their moment. Okay.
But Devin Booker, here's my thing. I'm not saying he's better. I'm not saying he's better than Paul. I'm not saying that, but I know what I'm looking at, bro. Devin Booker's he's a one-on-one scorer, bro. That's what he is, man. And he's a
just
pure
say you like the guy because he's light skinned and he has good haircut.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm a Kawhi guy, bro. I like Kawhi.
Hey, fellas, I'm out, man. This dude's a joke, man. I'm out, man. You're a joke, bro.
He think you're a joke, bro.
All right, fellas.
Nice talking to you, brother. And I know Mass is gonna come back with another BS about KD. So
I'll say this, Bruce. If Kevin Durant wasn't on the other side, this wouldn't be happening with Devin Booker. I give you that. No, this wouldn't be happening because all the attention's on Kevin Durant and Devin Booker's gonna do his own thing, bro. That's all it is.
If Kevin Durant was not on the team and the Clippers still lost Kawhi, Clippers beat the Suns.
I give you that. They do, bro. Because Chris Paul doesn't act like he wants to play basketball. He's a front runner too. He's one of the biggest front runners in NBA history. Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Chris Paul's a forward.
Man. That's really what it is, you know. Booker, man. You know, we don't care for Booker. because how he plays. He like to front run, and and now that he
Talk
got
shit when he left.
KD, what I mean, and you can see a different move with KD. I mean, with Booker now since
Yeah,
KD joined. So what I mean,
you're right,
it's
bro. And guess what, bro? It's like you having your big brother. You know what I'm saying? Like you fighting with your big brother.
I'm not giving Booker anything positive. Anything.
Nah, he's just bro. And
Even if you guys may be right, and a lot of those things you're saying, but I'm not giving Devin Booker anything. All he does is front running.
hey, he don't do it more than his man's Chris Paul, man. Chris Paul love doing that shit. But yeah, bro. I mean, he's having the time of his life. He's playing one-on-one basketball, and that's what he's best at. So he's gonna talk all the shit he wants, and he's gonna be, front running like you said. But it is what it is, man.
I mean, I wish Paul George was playing with KD. How many points will he score?
That'd be a whole different. That'd be crazy.
Yo, I'm back.
This man said he took a shower, man.
Yeah, I had to get my shower in. So what I missed, man?
Devin Booker, we was just talking about Devin Booker.
Booker fans are mad at me because I'm not. I don't have a shrine for Booker. The guy only score. He doesn't play any defense. I'm not gonna take that guy seriously. And all he does is run his mouth. He's the light-skinned Ja Morant.
He's the light-skinned Ja Morant.
Hey, Bruce. Hey, Bruce.
That's a fact.
Yes,
Hey, Bruce.
I'm listening.
Hey, Bruce. Tell me how many of these guys. Yeah, my phone died. My fault, yo. My phone died.
Damn.
Hey, Bruce. Tell me how many of these guys in here that's willing to bet me Booker. Hang on. Let me close the YouTube. In 1 second. I got you.
You have money to bet and you don't have a charger?
Hey, I know, Bruce, right? hey, Bruce, tell me how many of these guys are willing to bet me that Booker won't score over 40 points more than one time in this series. I'm willing to bet any of them, and ain't none of them bet me yet.
I might bet you that, bro.
Okay. What y'all want to do?
Score over 40?
He won't score over 40 3 to 4 times. It's like Tyronn Lue makes him look. He won't do that.
You know what? The like you just said, the Nuggets head coach probably will make adjustments.
Thank you. There you go. Thank you.
I'm thinking about it now.
Now we're talking basketball.
I'm thinking about he might make adjustments because Tyronn Lue was like, let Devin Booker beat us one-on-one situation.
Right. Tyronn Lue was the same coach that let Cam Thomas get 50 and didn't do nothing about it, bro.
Yeah, Cam Thomas is doing anything, man.
Then he let Giannis get 50. Then he let LeBron. After LeBron got 50, Tyronn Lue patted himself on the back and said, hey, I did that on purpose. Like, bro, if you don't get out here talking about that man can coach.
I see his game strategy, though. He's like, let one player go off and guard the rest of the team. But that doesn't work all the time. You don't give.
Yeah, that don't work all the time, and especially shouldn't be working in a damn elimination game when you're fishing to go to the house.
Exactly. You don't give Devin Booker, his best attribute is scoring. You don't give that to him. That's his best attribute. If he's not doing that, he's not doing nothing on the team. If he's not putting the ball in the bucket, he's not doing nothing. It's kind of like Kyrie, bro.
Hey, BJ made a question earlier. BJ, while my phone was dead, I was doing some studying. So here's the adjustment, BJ. Westbrook actually had Booker putting up the worst shooting percentages out of everybody on the Clippers team. So he could have chose to put Westbrook on Booker and then see what we can do with putting Rocco in the game and getting Gordon and Morris off the floor and putting Rocco. Even KD, T-Man was actually doing better. He had better numbers against KD than he did against Booker. Now, I will stand my ground, though, and say that T-Man needed to start the games on the players and not pick them up after they already hung 20 on the starters. So that was on my only argument on the T-Man thing. But y'all wanted more answers and more strategy, so while my phone was dead, I looked up some stuff before I left the house. Booker's worst numbers was against Westbrook, so that's one adjustment. And then T-Man's numbers against KD. And to answer Maz's statement earlier, he kept saying, why didn't T-Man do this and that? Because Tyronn Lue kept putting T-Man on Chris Paul every time he came in. So that was also part of the reason why Booker didn't cool off. But yeah, it's hard to stop a scorer after they don't hung 20. They don't hit 5 field goals in a row. And T-Man he's not Kawhi, he's not Scottie Pippen, so you can't just say, okay, he gonna lock down Booker immediately. That develops over time. Like if he guards Booker game 1, right? And Booker gets 24 instead of 40. Okay, in game 2, Booker's coming in the matchup thinking about, well, damn, this dude had me frustrated, right? So if he comes back and Booker only scores 28 instead of 40. So now he's only scored 24 and 28 versus a guy instead of 40. Now he comes into game 3 on the road and he's not scorching hot. And you can't say this stuff don't matter and it sounds stupid, because it does matter. This is part of coaching. This is part of matchups. It's the same reason Phoenix had Torrey Craig buried on the bench, and all the Phoenix fans were saying, "Oh, Okie's going to lock up Kawhi." Well, why did Okie get benched and Craig started?
Hey,
out of nowhere. It's called coaching.
Let me
Craig
jump in.
and Cook too.
Let me jump in real quick. Look, it's just the fact of the matter is, it was hard to do anything without Kawhi and PG on the court.
I agree with that.
We can talk what they could have done and what they should have done, but at the end of the day, when you're missing Kawhi and PG, you take 2 players off any team, you're not going to win.
Facts.
There's no team in NBA history who's able to do that.
Facts. That's what he said.
Asking the fact that we even having this discussion about the Clippers having a chance to even beat Phoenix without Kawhi and PG, I mean, that just says a lot about their team. But my main point was this: if you look at PG and Devin Booker, PG is a better basketball player. That's what I was trying to tell Mass. That's my only point. Booker's good, solid, can score all 3 levels, toughness, all that stuff. But take it from somebody who plays ball. If you had a choice to pick between those 2, you're picking PG. Even with all the mental lapses he's had, every time PG has played the Suns, he's torched them. There's no discussion. Like I said, it's disrespectful to compare a dude in Devin Booker who's made 2 All-Stars, I think was he 2 or 3 All-Stars in his 7-year career, to a guy who's an 8-time All-Star, 4-time all-defensive team, MVP candidate, one of the best 2-way players of this decade, even now. And you're talking about basically off of what he did after his injury.
Hey, BJ, how long did it take Paul George to win a playoff series when he got in the NBA?
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's not a discussion. It's really not.
Right.
But that's why I said it's really pointless to even kind of continuously. Mass really went into the spill about Devin Booker, and I just had to tell him, like, dude, it's disrespectful. So basically, right now, it's basically right now that, you know, it's at this point, if you put Kawhi and PG in the situation that Devin Booker and the Suns were in, there's no way the Suns wouldn't be able to prevail. The Suns wouldn't have been able to win the prior game. No. So I mean, like I said, it's just an unfortunate situation. Like, the Clippers get hurt at the wrong time the last couple of seasons, man, and that's what it's been. All these other things is really pointless. Hey, Jermaine Boyd, I'm about to put you in timeout, bro. You never come in this bitch. All you do is come in here and ask stupid questions. If you're going to come in here, come in here. If not, bro, I'm going to have to put you in timeout. I don't like people that come in here, got all this stuff to say about somebody else's team, but never comes here and state they fact. That means you're a troll. Say something else, you're getting blocked for 5 minutes.
Damn.
I don't have time for the trolling. I just put Melo in timeout right now. Y'all just come this bitch all the time with all these suggestions about somebody else's team, trying to break somebody up, but y'all have no solutions. And then trying to tell me what I need to do about my own team. Do I tell you about what you need to do with your own team? Nah, but it's all good, man.
Yeah, bro.
That's facts. The whole headline is of the YouTube every day when you come in here. The headline is the topic. So But yet we find ourselves every day talking about Tyronn Lue making a guy who averages 25 points or 27 points look like Jordan out here. We get off the topic all the time in here, and it causes me and Bruce to have to, guys, and then BJ had to put him in timeout. We never stayed on the topic. We all put this topic was supposed to be about what Kawhi thought about the Clippers organization.
Yeah, let's get back to the topic. Let's get back to the topic about Kawhi personally leaving. About do y'all think he can possibly leave the team? That's what the whole discussion was supposed to be about.
Got you. I mean, I do like the little different basketball talk, so I think it makes the chat more interesting for sure, though. But
Hey, BJ, are you going to? This is a future question. Are you going to have the live stream and stuff up during the playoffs, or is this just you gonna create topics about Kawhi or PG or the Clippers, or you gonna do this for all? You gonna have a session like this every day for playoff talk, or no?
You say what?
Damn.
Are you going to have a session every day like this, so we come in and talk the playoffs? So if a certain player's getting exposed, we can talk to these people about it, or is this only just a Clipper stream deal?
When they have dropped big news, yeah, when they drop big news, I'll be dropping situations, man.
Okay. Yeah, I just didn't know if you was doing it every day to discuss the playoffs the night before. I didn't know if you had the time to do that. You know, everybody's grown man; they got other stuff to handle, so you might not have time to do it.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I do, man. So I don't have a problem reporting the news. But yeah, man. Bruce, what do you think?
I don't know if Kawhi wants to leave, because as I think your last video or 2 videos ago, you had the thread. It seems like Kawhi is like in control, so he has a lot of power on the team. So I don't think he wants to leave the team. So I don't know. I have no answers for the Clippers right now. I just don't know. And that video was really, 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 when I was watching it again, I watched it twice. It was really wild to me. And I hope some of the stuff that the person wrote on that thread was not true, because it seems like they put individuals over the team. Like, if somebody left the team because if I'm not starting, I'm out, and then the person come back and start again, you're not gonna win, man. I don't blame the Clippers for not winning.
Exactly, Bruce. That was one of my main things coming in when I was talking about Tyronn Lue. How can you let the man go home, pout like an 8-year-old girl who didn't get her favorite Barbie toy in Walmart, or not even let me just and come back and start? Like, bro, that don't even make no sense at all. How does this man start the game?
He shouldn't even been on the court at all.
Yeah, that tells me that bro, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Favoritism. It should have been Rocco, and he played good defense on Kevin Durant. Like, I watched him for those couple minutes. He played really good defense. I'm like, he has the length, he has the energy. All he wants to do is play, and he can't even play. Like,
let me ask you this: if there was something the Clippers could do better, was it to worry about scoring or worry about defense?
Defense. Start Robert Covington.
Okay, so if we bench Morris and bench Gordon, and we start T-Man and we start Covington, we still getting T-Man is actually a better shooter than percentage-wise than Gordon. So we still getting shooting out of T-Man and Rocco. We're adding defense, correct?
Yeah.
I think the team needs a makeover. Lawrence Franz needs to go. Tyronn Lue needs to go. A couple of days ago, I said, okay, Tyronn Lue comes back. Okay, fine. But I think Lawrence Franz needs to go. Tyronn Lue needs to go. Because it seems like Terrence Mann doesn't like Lawrence Frank and Tyronn Lue. And if you have younger players, do not like the coach or the president or general manager. it's time to move on. I mean, if Terrence Mann become a free agent, he's gonna leave. So
As he should. Like Bruce, they put the man on the court and they went 10-2. And then they still had players crying in the media wanting to bring somebody else in there as if they was 2-10.
yeah,
Like how are the players telling the GM what to do? And Lawrence Frank just had a press conference right before that signing.
Well, you know something, and that's interesting. Bruce said something. He said about Marcus Morris can come and go as he please. I think that rubbed Terrence Mann the wrong way. I think that rubbed Robert Covington the wrong way. I think that rubbed I won't say Nicholas Batum. I think Nicholas Batum, being who he is, a great locker room guy, he wouldn't say nothing, but it's like, look, you basically giving this guy all this freedom to do what he wants and basically come and go as he pleases, and y'all put him back on the court. But a guy like T-Man who's trying to be professional, do everything right, he gets put on the bench for basically for what he do. So there's a dysfunction in that situation.
Absolutely.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they let go of those two. I really wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and they had the front office the front office put T-Man in the starting role. So I don't know that T-Man had a problem with Lawrence Frank until he said, we're bringing Tyronn Lue back. I think that's when he started that tweeting that laughed my ass off that BJ reported on this channel. I don't think T-Man had a problem before that. Because how could T-Man have a problem if Lawrence Frank stepped in and made him the starter? And then the players kept crying, and Lawrence Frank said, you know what? I'm tired of all this crying. Here's y'all buddy Westbrook. Tyronn Lue, you do what the hell you want. I'm tired of this stuff.
But T-Man came back and said that wasn't about that. He wasn't tweeting about that.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Right.
Update me on that.
Yeah, he came back and hey, like I said, man, everybody full of it, man.
Too many drama on the team. The team needs some cleansing,
and this is no shocker because when things go wrong at the end of the season, all the information come out about what was going on behind the scenes. So, like I say, the Clippers not the only organization that lies, man. They all lie. So, like I say, we just got to get.
What about the guy that BJ put up there? How much do we trust that guy? Like,
I mean,
anybody can do some conspiracy theories.
I believe a little of it. I ain't gonna say I believe everything this guy say.
Yeah,
I believe some of it. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't saying I'm the smartest guy, but I can go make a thread of conspiracies like that. You know.
I said it from the jump. I said it from the jump. Lue had loyalty in Morris, man. I mean, you've seen it. His action shows that. So that's just what it was, you know. And Morris probably felt some type of way, like, man, you know, I was the man. Me and Reggie was the man last year when PG and Kawhi wasn't here. Now y'all about to just cut us. So, you know, I mean, that's just human nature, to be honest, to feel the type of way. So, you know.
Here's the thing. I think the Clippers fan needs to stop celebrating beating the Lakers in the regular season. We need to focus on winning a championship.
But Bruce, right. I don't think we ain't celebrating on being the Lakers.
Nah.
I don't think Clipper fans really. I'm gonna be honest. I've been consistent. I don't think Clipper fans care about the Lakers.
Nah. Yeah, I agree with you.
It's just it's repetitive. Like when we keep saying we gotta stop worrying about the Lakers, all that's doing is making them, oh, they're so great when they're just a mediocre team. They're rolling off of their history. The Lakers are not they're basically a mediocre team. That's all it is. When they face the Clippers, I don't think the Clippers get up when they keep saying they get up for the Lakers. That's basically putting like, oh, they're so special when they're another team out there.
Who's better general manager, Rob Pelinka or Lawrence Frank?
I mean, how do you determine that?
He keeps stealing all those players, bro. Vanderbilt was a steal.
Yeah, that was big. That was big. That was a big pickup. That
But
was a big pickup.
Think about all the people the Clippers got off of the Lakers. They got Kawhi and PG for one. That was Lawrence Frank. Lawrence Frank was executive of the year after he got that deal. They got Tyronn Lue as their coach. They got Reggie Jackson. Like they look like as a big like so they've Lawrence Frank has had success as GM too. I know, I'm a little bit like people are a little bit sensitive about it, but there's no way to determine Rob Pelinka as a better GM than Lawrence Frank because there's a lot of players the Lakers want that the Clippers got.
Okay, but Rob Pelinka got the Lakers a championship, so yeah.
I mean, what I'm saying though, if that's all you can really say, I mean that's fine, but all other than that, for the last 3 seasons, the Lakers have looked like a train.
If I'm Steve Ballmer, I let go a lot of people, man. I just change everything.
I think Steve Ballmer needs to be more involved, and I think Jerry West needs to be more involved. But again, it's just basically the injury bug that's continuously bothered them, man.
Yeah, and Kawhi needs to call LeBron, ask him for the juicer, man. Hey, share what you're taking or something. What's your regimen?
It's just, people get hurt, bro. It's not even the fact. The realist, I think, said it's not the fact they getting hurt at the wrong time, and that's just something you can't control. If I have a guy in Anthony Davis who plays 40 games per the season, but he plays in the playoffs, it's gonna look like AD's doing well, even though he missed less games than Kawhi or PG. So you just can't control when you get hurt. I don't care how much you train, how much you can't control that. That's just all about luck. It takes a lot of luck to win a title. He said,
Right. That's really all it is, man. That's really all it is. It's just our guys getting hurt at the wrong time. So
Dom Dropper stated on this channel that this guy's a real media member. He met him at some of the games. He just can't reveal his identity. Most of what he says might hold. Yeah, the reason why I did a video like that for a reason, because I wouldn't put nothing out there unless I felt it was credible. A lot of stuff that he said in those threads that I put in that video were a lot of stuff I was already thinking about. So when Get My Shine On asks, do y'all trust? My question is, do y'all look at those threads? What did he lie about? What do you guys think that he lied about?
The Kawhi leaving a game and not saying anything to anybody, that's concerning to me.
But do you
that's
think
concerning to me. Didn't like the leaving middle game against Memphis? He didn't say anything to anybody. I'm sorry, there was a game he didn't want to play. The rest of the game.
The Pelicans game.
Yeah,
that was the Pelicans game.
That was concerning.
But if that's the case, now I remember, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I came on here and told y'all Kawhi seemed like the type, if he don't want to play, he's not gonna play. And you guys kind of gave me pushback on that. But now this guy coming out and saying it, Kawhi do whatever Kawhi want to do. And like I say, I'm not gonna lie. When them reports came out how Kawhi and the uncle was trying to get more from the Lakers and the Clippers, I believe that. I do believe that. They was trying to make the Lakers do some under the table stuff. I do believe that. And now you got this rich owner. You can't make me believe that this rich owner not doing stuff under the table for Kawhi, maybe Kawhi family, his uncle. You can't make me believe that, man. So, like I say, man, this is another reason why I don't see Kawhi leaving that easy. Just up and I'll say I'm done with the Clippers because of that owner. I don't think that owner gonna allow that Kawhi leave so easily.
Exactly. He's giving him everything he wants, and he got the
Right.
most. He got the deepest pockets.
Right.
One thing about Kawhi, he wants his money. Who
Right.
else is he gonna go to that's gonna pay him that type of bread?
Right. So when
And
Stephen A.
he
was saying, because BJ Stephen A. was really pushing that, how Kawhi and the uncle was trying to get stuff under the table. He was pushing that theory. I believe it. I just don't like Stephen A. doing it because, like I said, you doing it against a brother. Yes, I got to throw in the race card, but I just don't like. You know how Stephen A. be moving. He always want to throw up under the black players and be easy on the white players. So
even if the uncle was doing that, everybody does it. I cannot
of
blame.
course. That's why I said I can't. That's why I said I think that was true. I think I would do the same thing if I got the richest owner. Hell yeah, let me try to get some shit under the table. So, but like I said, I don't see Kawhi. If Kawhi asked for a trade, I would be totally shocked. That would really surprise me if that's true. That he come out next season or whatever and ask for a trade. I'd be like, damn. It probably would make me look at Kawhi different in a way.
How?
Because it's like you running from a team now, man.
KD does it all the time. Nobody said.
But do we hold? But I don't even hold KD up to the same light I do as Kawhi, to be honest with you.
But Mr. Ma said KD is the highest holder, right? He's like.
KD did a lot of that stuff because of LeBron, man.
Yeah.
I'll put it to you like this, Bruce. I'll put it to you like this. Just say if the Suns get past Denver, right, and the Lakers make it to pass, make it to the Western Conference, you're going to see a different KD against LeBron. KD is going to go at LeBron heavily in that series, man. So I just think KD did that because of, he had to get that championship, man. He had to. And it backfired because now everybody knocking him for doing it, for going to team up with Golden State. So
every year I say Kawhi has to get it done. Next year Kawhi has to get it done.
Man, the injuries, man. That's what it is. The injuries.
No, he has to get it done.
That's all it is.
It's the injuries, man.
I don't know what to say. You can't really say. I can't really say nothing. If Kawhi was going out there and losing these games, like these titles, like the last 2-3 seasons, I'd be like, okay, you got me.
Right.
If he did what he did last year, got swept, okay, you got me. If he did what, Boston did last year, okay, you got me.
Mm-hmm.
This dude is literally being hurt at the wrong time, and no one can explain why. Only thing a person can come to us and say it's just a matter of time when Kawhi and PG gonna get hurt. Other than that, you can't say Kawhi ain't gonna show up. Only thing you can come to us and say Kawhi ain't gonna last long enough to make it through the playoffs. And you have an argument because it's like, well, shit, history shows that. Yeah. So, like I say, we just need some luck, man. We just need luck, man. We just need luck. I think we got to take the season more serious. Of course.
And man, we need luck. We really need some luck. So, and like BJ say, man, you need luck. You need luck to win the championship, man. So.
Yeah, you gotta have your guys, man. That's just, that is what it is. Like,
man, Clippers could have all the luck. Seems like Golden State could lose tomorrow, and it's very possible. And is LeBron the luckiest person? Sheesh, I could see him winning this year.
He's lucky this year right now. Like I said, it only takes one. Like, he's basically the only teams that really have the Lakers number is the Clippers, the Warriors. I think the Suns. I need to see the Suns against the Lakers.
I think the Suns can give them a go, but then again, AD. See, the same thing they say about Kawhi. It's just a matter of time when Kawhi get injured. We can use that same stuff with AD.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of time.
He's not gonna get injured.
All right, man. Hey. we got to see it, man. We got to see how they play out. But I think the way Booker's playing, that got really motivated to win this year. I really think so, man. So I don't want him to win. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want him to win, but he playing really motivated. You know, we got to see how he go in this series. But yeah, he was doing a lot, man, against us. He was doing a lot. So
we'll see. But hey, Sturdy, we're gonna have to get off here, man, because I gotta get off here, man. But we back on tomorrow. We're gonna be talking about the predictions for the playoffs, man, tomorrow morning. So make sure y'all tap in.
All right.
All right, BJ. All right, y'all.
Salute. All right, man. So we're gonna have to hold it right there, and we got another you know what I'm saying, show coming to y'all tomorrow, man. I know we have some people that want to come in. If y'all got questions, man, hit the super chat. We had a few people hit the super chat today. We appreciate that for their comments as well. If y'all have a question or a concern or something that y'all want to say, go ahead. You know what I'm saying, send that to us, man, or also our Cash App. You can do that as well. $ BJ Matthews right there on the top of the chat. Y'all can, click that link and send a question through there. I'll get that answered for y'all, man. And we'll be back again tomorrow. And yeah, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, put it live. Peace. Out of here like swimwear.